Ik hoor een turf in Tom's penis.
Garbage, 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 garbage.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SEN Live. It's the Schmodown Entertainment Network. I'm Raw Ring Lewis, your host for today. Thank you, everybody who's joining us on the show. This show is know when I'm hosting and Roka's not, because you hear. So anyway, joining us on the show, as always, is RB3. What's up, RB3? How you doing, man?
How you doing? Happy to be here.
You're muted, my man.
Oh, you can't hear me? Can you hear me now?
Still muted.
Uh-oh.
It's all right. How about Brett Sheridan? We'll see if RB3.
There we go. I unmuted myself.
You unmuted yourself. All right.
Let me mute myself back, Kristian?
Yeah, I don't
please.
Okay, thank you.
Ben's here. We can hear Ben. What's up, Ben?
Hey, what's up, guys?
How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Winston Marshall.
What's up, motherfuckers?
He's definitely not good.
Sorry.
Wow.
Eat your yogurt. It's the only thing that hasn't been shut down. And then you get RB3. We back?
I think so. I think we're good.
What the hell? Wait a minute. Hold on a damn second. Out of all the motherfuckers that you could have muted Brett Sheridan. You could have muted Ben Goddard or Winston Marshall, who's got the damn yogurt slapping out of his face. And of course you could have muted that damn idiot crow-loving motherfucker Harloff. But no, you mute RB3? Damn, COVID's real.
Yo, Crow. It's cottage cheese, girl.
Oh.
Whatever. She don't give a shit. Cottage cheese, motherfucker. Come look at my thighs. I haven't got a chance to work out in that damn 6 weeks. Shit, who am I bullshit?
Only 6 weeks?
Shut the fuck up, Ben.
What's your stance on fruit in cottage cheese, Winston? Just to I don't want to get political here. I don't want to start the show off all political.
Fucking delicious.
Yes. Kate Mulligan has joined us. Hello, Kate.
Hello, how are you all?
Nice to see you. You look nice.
Thanks. I'm fresh back with an altercation with my neighbor.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Yo, who we curb stomping?
Let's talk about it. Are you allowed to talk about it?
Yeah, it's not a next door neighbor or anything. No.
Oh, what happened? Tell me.
Well, I took my son for a run today.
Uh-oh.
And I ran into a woman who
ran into her?
I physically ran. No, I ran into a woman who I haven't seen in months. Her grandchildren go to the preschool. She lives a block over from me, okay. And her grandkids live with her, and her grandkids were in Neil's class and blah blah. So you guys remember how everything ended with the preschool this year?
Oh yeah.
Hey, no, what happened? I wasn't here for that episode.
Well, basically, it just turns out the preschool had bad financial practices, and I had paid in full for the school year. And
Al Pacino is going to be playing the owner of the preschool pretty soon in an HBO doc. All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Anyway, this movie it got really heated really quickly. They'd replaced the preschool director with this one. Anyway, it got very heated very quickly, and James was just in the stroller. I wanted to go home.
Aww.
And I was like, okay.
Oh, what? She was part of this woman was part of the school?
She's on the Temple board.
Oh.
And she was trying to make excuses, and she was telling me, well, nonprofits. I'm like, how about this nonprofit? And I gave her, how about this, what this school did? I did my research. How about what this school did? How about what this school? All of them are nonprofits. All of them support the church or the temple that they are part. I mean, listen, don't come for me unless I call for you.
Yeah. Shit. So, a couple things. RB3, they say the Schmobot is off, so we'll see if that's the case.
Yo.
Anyway,
and then they said that the chat says they can hear RB3, but we can't.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, so the chat can hear him, but we can't. It's strange.
What do you say about us, guys?
So talk your shit, RB3.
Yeah, you guys suck. I hate you guys. No, okay.
Oh, there it is.
Wow.
Can you hear me now?
It might be the same thing. It's like when we're talking, like, so you try to say something, nobody else talk.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you when nobody else is talking, but then when everyone else is talking.
Yeah. Because I remember that happens. That's why I was just trying to test it. If it's
yeah. Maybe it's that same thing that you got to do with your sound, RB3. I don't know. Anyway, so look, the Schmobot is on now. RB3 just put the Schmobot on. So streamlabs.com/schmodown. As I've said many single times over here over the last couple of weeks, we cannot thank you guys enough for all the support, because you have proven that you don't want to just see me and Brett anymore, because you have the whole crew back. And we said up top, we said, listen, in order to keep the crew here, we're really relying on these donations, and you guys have come out tenfold. The Schmobots have never been more fluent, and the questions have really been coming in fast and furious. So let's keep that up today if you can. Streamlabs.com/theschmodown. Let's get some of those Schmobots in there. Let's get some questions, because we have a lot to cover here today. And the big thing, look, our main topic changed like 3 times today, because there were a couple of really cool stories, but the nominations came out for the Emmys. Woo! We were wondering, is The Mandalorian going to get nominated for anything? Did it ever? RB3, if you please, tell me everything that the Mandalorian was nominated for.
Let me see here. Well, for some reason, let me figure out the.
I got you. I got you.
I got the Mandalorian.
I got it. Go ahead, Goddard.
Best drama, outstanding character voiceover performance, production design for narrative program, cinematography for single camera, fantasy sci-fi costume, 3 single camera picture editing for a drama series, prosthetic makeup, music composition, a guest actor in a drama series nodded for Giancarlo Esposito, 2 sound editing in a comedy drama half-hour series, outstanding special VFX, and stunt coordination for a drama series, limited series, or
Darth
movie.
Ovione donated $20.
Thank
Pizza
you.
USA. Pizza USA. Pizza USA. Pizza USA. Pizza USA. Pizza USA. Last Jedi sucks. Pizza USA. Pizza
You're
USA.
wrong.
Pizza USA. Pizza USA.
Come on.
Pizza USA.
If
Pizza USA.
if it's that many,
Pizza USA.
no, shut
Pizza
it down.
USA.
If they do it more than four times, you got to shut it down. That's
But you didn't read it, man. There's a tiny little thing at the end. You missed out because you jumped the gun.
you can't do that many times. It makes people want to smash their heads against the wall. You can't. I'll give you
Cheryl
4.
_Dick_Pants donated $20.
Yeah, this is the delayed
Hey
one.
y'all. Great to be back after a vacation to Yellowstone.
Oh.
Been trying to catch up, and all I have to say is Pizza USA, Pizza USA, Pizza USA. And Kate, are you going to sexually harass Winston today? Love you all.
Yes, who will Kate sexually harass today?
It's all good. It's been a while, Kate. Like I've been patiently waiting for a track to explode on. So.
By the way, I think that I've also with this problem that we found with RB3 today with the talking. I believe that that's the Schmobot problem too. I think that if anyone's even giggling for a second when that thing's coming in, it jitters. If we all shut the F up, as Professor Crow would say, I wonder if it's just clear cut and smooth, as they say about my balls. All right, let's go.
I mean, I could go through the Emmy stuff now if you know.
Yes. So wait, well, the Mandalorian ones are going. Speaking of that, though, so just Esposito is the only one as far as performance went.
They do have an outstanding character voiceover performance, which could be Pedro Pascal. But the guest actor in a drama series is Giancarlo Esposito.
Pascal got nominated?
He should.
Tongue Punch Fart Box
It doesn't
donated
say.
$20. Hey guys. Whoops, sorry. No, you go. No, you go. No, you go. Nope, you go. For those who weren't here yesterday, what movie in your top 10 would you risk your life to see for the very first time? Okay, are we feeling better today? Diarrhea gone?
Oh.
So,
Sorry.
Kristian, just to fill you in, I changed the name of the show to I'm sorry, no, you go. No, I'm sorry, but we could also change it to, did you turn off your original sound? We can add that to the title too, and kind of it just makes the show more clear for people.
It's absolutely 100%. So let's talk about Pizza USA. No, I'm just kidding. Let's talk about these damn nominations. So Ben, the nominations came out, and I just said to you, did he get nominated for voice acting? You go, he could.
He could.
It doesn't.
It doesn't say in the article. It didn't say in the article. Someone in the chat says Taika is the one that got nominated for voiceover.
Yeah, that's what I was literally just about to say that.
Go ahead, RB3. You got jumped over because of the sound. Go ahead, say it again.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, I was just about to say that it was Taika Waititi who was nominated. He actually got double recognized this year for The Mandalorian and for What We Do in the Shadows. for What We Do in the Shadows got nominated for Best Comedy Series. But yeah, like Ben said, Mandalorian cleaned up in all the technical categories. It actually received 3 editing nominations, all in like the same category, which is nuts. And it also got like a best music nomination for Louis Gorison. Along with Mandalorian competing in like the drama categories, Watchmen is competing heavy in like the technical categories too. Like it's nominated for everything: production design, visual effects, like all these categories.
Bro.
Yeah, all the acting nominations. Yeah, so and it really looks like HBO is going to sweep this year because with their drama series, they got Succession, which is a huge front runner. Got 2 directing nominations, a bunch of acting nominations, and then Watchmen on their limited series. And then for a TV movie, Bad Education is looking really heavy too, with Hugh Jackman and a lot of cast getting nominated for there. And then another note too that I think is really interesting, even though it had like a lot of controversy, the Dave Chappelle Sticks and Stones got a lot of love. It was nominated in a lot of different categories. And also the documentary category, the documentary series category is like super stacked this year too, because they have that Hillary documentary series that was on Hulu. They have Big Millions, they have The Last Dance, and they have Tiger King. So it's like,
oh shit, Tiger King got nominated for what? Did that get nominated for?
It got nominated in the documentary series category.
For going viral.
That's 100% right, because I watched both of those, and it's much. See, Tiger King is a car crash, and The Last Dance is a masterpiece.
I finished it last night.
Which one? Not with The Last Dance?
How are we not talking more about Steve Kerr's father being murdered in Beirut?
I know. Which is crazy. I didn't know that's
Spoiler! Holy shit!
Nobody spoiler. I mean, you just Google it.
You're right. Let me just Google Steve Kerr's.
Let me Google this person I've never heard of.
Actually, no, Ben, but that's my point though. You knew that Jordan's father passed away, right?
Yeah, he was killed in his car, right?
Yeah, yes. And so that's the point, is because it's Jordan's dad. So you knew that's kind of the whole point of that, is that her and him, like that was something that happened to both of them, and no one talked about that with Kerr. Nobody knows that about Kerr. Like even you said it as a spoiler. It happened in the guy's fucking life, which is crazy. But the series it's incredible. If you haven't had a chance to watch it, it is on Netflix now. It's awesome. It really is.
Can I throw out some stuff that we just kind of blew through that I'm super excited about? I mean, we didn't talk about how Insecure all over the place. Best comedy series, actress, and supporting actress. Yeah. You have Eddie Murphy for guest on a comedy series for SNL, which if he doesn't win that is completely, absolutely ridiculous. You had Maya Rudolph. I know everybody's excited about Taika Waititi. I actually think Maya Rudolph as Connie, the hormone monstress in Big Mouth, phenomenal. I feel like
so funny.
She's absolutely incredible.
I'll take a bubble bath.
Yeah,
exactly. Go and take a bubble bath.
Take a bubble bath.
Here's the one thing though that I realize, and this is something that a lot of us do. My mother-in-law famously does it, and it drives me fucking crazy. During the Oscars, when she said, and I think I've talked about it in this show, and all of those other movies shouldn't win. It should be this one. Well, have you? They just terrible. That movie was nominated. Did you see it? No. Oh.
Well, I'm not your mama. I've seen everything.
I know. I'm not saying that you did. I'm just saying that of all the categories, you got to make sure that people also because who was nominated against? Because Eddie Murphy was great. He was great, and he probably should win. But who was he nominated against?
Hold on, I'll pull it up. Brad Pitt and SNL.
Wait, sorry, RB3. You got. We can't hear you. Say it again.
Sorry. He was nominated against Brad Pitt and his appearance in SNL, and also some other comedic performances. But talking about Issa Rae, she actually also got double recognized for both Insecure and for a Black Lady sketch show in the variety category. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of crossover talent that's like happening all across like the Emmy board. That is really cool to see.
Tony Baloney donated $20. The volume tech pushing TV possibilities definitely helped Mondo get nominated. Plus, with high-budget MCU and Star Wars shows coming, it's a start for the Emmys to scoop the popular audience that the Oscars so crave.
Yeah.
So Christian, the other one's Luke Kirby on Miss Maisel. That's the only show I haven't watched. But Fred Willard in Modern Family, which they may give it to him posthumously. I mean, he was phenomenal in last season. But I just feel Dave Patel in Modern Love. great. Adam Driver, great. SNL. But Eddie Murphy's SNL is just so drilled in my head.
Did more.
Yeah.
I mean, out of all those, and like I said, I haven't seen all of those, but from what I did see out of those, I would agree with you that Eddie Murphy should be the one that gets it for sure. Just when you said that again, it's you're probably right there, but I just had shades because like that's what my mother-in-law does all the time.
That's fair. That's fair.
And yeah, so someone says Nick Nolte should have been nominated for voice artist for Mando. I couldn't agree more.
Someone said Jake Cannavale got robbed.
Oh my God. But you know who did get robbed is Deborah Chow.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
For
for directing.
Yeah, anything, any one of those episodes she did. She was, I mean, holy shit, she came from. I mean, I know she's on TV before, and I think she did Mr. Robot and a few other things too. But it's like, she really made a name for herself with this, and became. The love that she got in general from fans, and it was kind of like her coming out party, to where, and then she gets an entire series based off of what she did with her work, and you can just tell when she's sitting down talking with Filoni and Favreau, she fucking gets it. Like she just gets it, and I don't just mean Star Wars. I'm talking about just like how to shoot action but not just action, drive a story, and like I was, as I mentioned the other day with Mission Impossible 2, that movie was just action. It was just like a late 90s, early 2000 action movie, and that's all it was. As opposed to when you drive into this, when you see something of what they're doing, like what Deborah Chow does, where she blends action with story, it's phenomenal.
Flash 18487 donated $20. I'll say this simply. Rhea Seehorn not being nominated for Better Call Saul is like Patrick Mahomes not being in contention for NFL MVP last season. Fuck the Emmys. They lost all credibility for me when they gave Game of Thrones 32 nominations last year.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
that was pretty.
The people don't understand the technical categories go deep. Like it's easy to get a lot of nominations, and I think that's unfortunately going to go to the downside of the Mandalorian conversation, because they got a bunch of technical categories, but none of like the major like directing, writing, acting categories really. So I mean that's kind of like the downside of it. I do see it winning like a lot of technical categories, like I said, but in terms of best drama series, I don't think it has a chance. But it's just nice to see Disney Plus getting that recognition and a Star Wars show getting that recognition.
Which, speaking of streaming services, is this what Quibi's real thing was the whole time? Were they just trying to, because they every short form, everything is just all Quibi and then maybe a YouTube show.
Yeah, Quibi dominated in the short form category for sure.
I'll tell you, nothing for Cobra Kai, huh?
No, I don't think so.
Assholes.
I think that'll change. I think that'll change though now that it's on Netflix. I get because Netflix has the money to campaign for it.
Yeah.
So I bet you like after this next season, it's gonna get up there for sure. I'm so excited to watch that.
I hope so. I mean, let's. I mean, I have trust in the guys. Let's just hope that season 3, because sometimes season 3 can be it's the greatest season ever. And sometimes it'll be like it just jumped the shark. I don't believe that it will be. I think that the guys have. And when we talked to them last time, they had tons of seasons kind of planned out, and they know exactly where it's going to go. And they don't. There's been nothing that has come out of those guys to make me think anything except that they are genuine, and I believe their word when they say, we have this in mind and we cannot wait to execute it. It doesn't seem like they're just like, we got to do another show, so let's just throw something against the wall. So I'm pumped to see it also. Yeah, go ahead, Ben.
I was gonna say, like, you guys watch more TV than I do. So any snubs for you guys? Because Watchmen was kind of the one. Watchmen and Mandalorian are kind of the only TV shows that I obviously recognize all these, but those are the only things I watched all the way through.
I would like to see Cheers get a couple more.
Yeah, that's Ted Danson always gets snubbed.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Also,
Ted Danson's nominated.
Ted Danson got nominated for the Good Place. We good.
Oh, okay, Ted.
We good.
No, I didn't. I don't know enough about it to say what got snubbed. But RB3, do you know? Anybody have any?
I would have loved to see some more love for devs. Personally, they nominated in a couple technical categories, but they didn't give it any love, like in terms of Nick Offerman or Alex Garland as a writer, director, or anything like that. So that's the one thing I was like, that's kind of whack. And like you said, the directing category, they did the whole thing where they did like 2 directors from Ozark, 2 directors from Succession, and then 2 directors from The Crown. I just feel like if they just would have made all different like directors, and they would have nominated somebody like Deborah Chow or Rick Famuyiwa or something like that, it would have been kind of interesting. And then I do want to shout out the TV movie Clark Sisters. One of my mentors wrote that movie, and unfortunately it didn't get nominated. It had a really good push though, and a few people predicted it to get nominated, but it didn't get nominated. But that's
what about Ava DuVernay's series about the Central Park?
That was last year's Emmys, wasn't it?
Was it last year?
Yeah, that was last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Time's flying. But the other thing that I think was kind of a snub was oh Jesus, my brain just stopped working. Dave. I think it's kind of crazy that there was nothing on there for any of the writing.
It's a Little Dicky show, right?
Yeah.
Or especially. Go ahead, Kate. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was gonna say I finally finished it. There's a guy named Gata on it that is so unbelievable. There's an episode. It's a comedy, but there's an episode that addresses his bipolar disorder that is so beautifully done, and you wouldn't expect it in the middle of this comedy about this white rapper trying to make it happen. And he's just incredible. Also Santino.
I was going to ask you, how's Santino in it?
He's great. They don't have him as a comedian in it. They just have him because he's a good actor.
See, I like that. And I like that. I think that's because Andrew's obviously Andrew's a close friend of both myself and Kate. But the thing with Andrew, besides being
Real Pizza USA donated $20. We are Real Pizza USA, not those imposters. We have such great delicacies such as cheddar cheese pizza in 2-year-old used disposable bag and garlic nibblers that comes in smelly sock. We are definitely not deactivated Romanian cell.
It's got to be Matt Link again, right? But anyway, Santino is obviously a good comedic actor, but he's a great, he's a really good actor. So I'm glad that
he does a great job. He plays Dave's manager, like his best friend and manager, and he's phenomenal.
Yeah, he's really good. All right, listen, we're talking about Emmys here. You're talking about television in general. Question for you guys: you guys obviously have watched The Office, right? If you have, you probably know that it's based on a UK series called, guess what? The Office.
Wait, what?
But yeah, listen. What if I told? Well, listen. What if I told you there are 9 other countries with their own versions of The Office that you've never seen? You probably didn't know them because they're not usually available in your country. But you can access content available around the world with no geo restrictions when you are using ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN lets you control where you want sites to think that you are located. You can choose from nearly 100 different countries, giving you access to content that isn't available in your region. If you like watching shows or movies, ExpressVPN is a must-have. For less than $7 a month, ExpressVPN lets you access thousands of new shows and movies on Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, and tons of other streaming services. It's a no-brainer. And it couldn't be easier to use. Just fire up the ExpressVPN app on your computer or your TV, select a location, and hit connect. ExpressVPN is also incredibly fast and doesn't slow down any connection. You can stream content in HD quality with no issues at all. So to get the most out of your streaming services today, at expressvpn.com/SEN. If you use this link, you will get an extra 3 months of ExpressVPN for free. Again, one more time, listen to it. expressvpn.com/SEN. expressvpn.com/SEN. We'll put that in the link in the description as well of this video. What is next on the agenda? Because there's a bunch of stories here. Staying in the Skybound family here. Big news coming out from Robert Kirkman there, Ben Goddard.
Yeah, we had the Skybound Expo 2 weekends ago. God, what is time? Really. And they were talking because, Rick, spoiler for the Walking Dead show, Rick Grimes exited the show via helicopter, and they were planning on some Rick Grimes spin-off movies, and he was quoted, I am very involved in those. I'm talking to Andrew Lincoln quite frequently. Working with David Alpert and Scott Gimple, working with Universal, AMC, getting that in shape. It's very important to us that these movies are spectacular. I think to have Andrew Lincoln reprising his role as Rick Grimes is a very special thing. And if we were to do these movies in any way that it was in any way lackluster, I think would be a disservice to him, a disservice to the character of Rick Grimes and disservice to the fans, end quote. Well, yeah, I haven't caught up, been keeping up with Walking Dead, but Rick is one of the best characters in television in the recent, last decade, basically. So what would you guys want to see from a Rick Grimes film?
Kyle Fornadore donated $20. Hey Mondo, you have crap ton of Emmy nominations. Did any of you see the limited animated series for Jurassic World? Not able to watch live, so if you already discussed it, I will see it later. Thanks
No.
for everything. Hey,
Not a
Brett.
chance. Not a chance yet, but I mean, I know that they're doing a lot of. I don't know. It's probably on YouTube, I would assume, but that's where they released that little thing that came out before. I will have to check that out. Maybe we talk about it tomorrow. Just a quick clarification. That quote did not come from the Skybound Expo. It came from Comic-Con this weekend. Yeah, so Comic-Con, because he spoke about it a lot, obviously. He spoke about some of the stuff happening with Walking Dead during the Skybound Expo, but then he also talked about Invincible and the cast, and he released some of the cast during the Skybound Expo, but then he released even more during Comic-Con because, Skybound has always had a very strong presence at Comic-Con, and I can tell you, like, personally, they were very they were bummed not to be able to go to Comic-Con this year. They enjoy being there with the fans. They enjoy. I mean, I think people know that already. If you heard me talk about it, well, one of the main reasons people had asked me, like, why Skybound, because I had met with a bunch of different people beforehand, and when I sat down with Dave Alpert and those guys, like, they understood community, and they understood that it's like you hear about it all the time, where you think that people in this business, especially people as successful as like Kirkman and Alpert, where you're like, do they shut that down for a second? Like the main thing is, like, you hear executives in general say, it's all about the fans, and do they really care? I can tell you with firsthand experience, they really care. So when they listen to the fans, and they really want, like, so when this stuff's going down, Walking Dead and the movie, and like I had, just kind of, I'm always, it's not my department when I'm around there, but I'm always listening as far as what's going on next, and like they're super excited to get this thing going. As far as what I want to see Rick Grimes, a Rick Grimes movie, I've said to you guys, I haven't watched as much as I used to when it was first on, but like I tuned in when his last episode. And I would be very, very interested to see what's going to go down and how they would do a movie with him. But because I think they'd be able to explore more. Kate, have you ever watched The Walking Dead in general? And if not, would you check out a Grimes movie?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this is that's the tricky thing, is does the movie follow exactly, like, do I need to have seen the show? Because I haven't seen the show yet. My sister is obsessed with the show, has always loved the show. It's just one of those things that for whatever reason, I don't know if I didn't have that. What network was it on?
Still on AMC, yeah.
It's still on AMC. So is it on Hulu then yet? Because I don't have. This is the problem. I don't have cable, so
it's usually on Netflix. Netflix and AMC like have a deal where like it comes out pretty soon after the season ends, because Netflix has been such a big help for AMC shows.
That's great. Okay, so then I need to get on it. But basically, for me, like I'd see any movie at this point. Are you kidding? But if I need to have seen the TV show in order for it to work, then I might not see it. Like if it's, but if it's like, if they're saying it's like a Rick Grimes prequel, or it's like what happens to him after, and you don't have to know anything, I'd be totally down, because it sounds like this guy is like, this character is, I mean, I've heard of this character just as much. It's like synonymous with hearing about The Walking Dead.
It is on Netflix though, Kate.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
All right. So Winston, RB3, anybody have thoughts on the Grimes stuff?
Not as much, just because I also haven't had a chance to watch The Walking Dead, and it got terrifying because they're on season 10 or something like that. So like when you see something that daunting, you're like, maybe when it stops, then I can just
revisit. Yeah.
But yeah.
But I also want to check out what they're doing with Invincible, because I remember when I didn't know enough about it, and then hearing all this stuff in this cast that's coming in. Pretty excited to see what's going down with
Roka's really excited about that. Every time we bring it up, he just shows his Invincible comic.
I mean, the cast, like the fact that they're adding more people to it, or announce more people to it, with the announcement that they already had it from the Skybound Expo, is insane. The cast looks so good.
It does. I agree. Okay, what's next?
Chucky series.
$20. Hey, what's up, peeps? The Walking Dead is my favorite show. Yes, it hit a bit of a rough patch, but the last 2 seasons have been nothing short of amazing.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, my wife loved it. I came in and out of it. I was working a lot of nights at the time when she was watching it, so it was one of those ones where like I just pop in here and there. But I mean, there was some stuff, very disturbing stuff, and I wish I had more time when she was doing it to watch it, and would like to revisit it.
Okay, so we were getting into, sorry, Ben.
That's right. I'm hearing like a emergency broadcast thing in my head or something.
Oh.
Chucky, we get in a Child's Play series, and the creators are making sure it is going back to its hard R rating. Quote, when Nikki and I set up Chucky at Sci-Fi, one of the first things we had to make sure of was that Chucky could drop his F-bombs because it's such an intrinsic part of his character. It would just seem wrong if he couldn't. Fortunately, before we signed on the dotted line, they confirmed, yes, he can. I think he can drop like 8 F-bombs per episode or something like that, 8 to 10, something like that. And I think there's variations depending on what time it airs, end quote. One, how do we feel about a Chucky series being hard R? And 2, how do we feel about this like really weird rating system where it's like, 8 to 10 F-bombs is okay, but 11, no way, don't you dare.
I don't know how they come up with that stupid thing.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I think that from
Costco Pizza Thought donated $20. Hey crew. Did anyone see the Vice video of the female British bodybuilder who claims she's fighting COVID by consuming semen regularly? Her boyfriend drops it off at her like, who knew semen was so healthy for you? My ex must feel so dumb.
I saw it only because, did you see Sasha Raver's response to it?
No.
Sasha Raver had the best response. She was like, me getting pneumonia in my 20s would counter this argument. I was like, oh my God.
Kristian, about this, like how many F's you can say in a show, that sounds like a stupid policy that would be some companies we might have worked for before had during certain shows we did, right?
no.
Didn't we do a live show together at one time where we could only say a certain amount of F-bombs? And you'd go, that's 3.
$20. Just ignore the alarms, Ben. Klaxons are the backing track for 2020.
It's true. It's very true.
Thanks, Lucas.
That's awesome.
I'm sorry. I know this isn't the point, but the woman, she drinks the semen? I'm sorry.
She puts it in, so she puts it in her food and her smoothies. She like straight up adds it as an ingredient because she's like all the proteins and there's a lot of like immunity in there because of how men's semen works and blah blah blah. And everybody was like, okay.
Wilbur, get the fuck in here. You hear this story? These dumb motherfuckers say, you want me to do what? Fuck that, I'll get COVID tomorrow. I ain't doing that shit. This dumb motherfucker putting what on the salad? Hard enough for me to put a damn vinaigrette on there. I'm a chicken ranch. Not your kind of ranch, Wilbur. Get the fuck out of here and get me my root beer. Shit.
I'm pretty sure my mom's in the chat explaining to everybody the makeup of semen because she worked in the lab of a hospital and had to test samples, and she's probably going to explain that probably the only thing you would get out of it is protein, and there's probably no benefits to it, but maybe she won't embarrass me like that. No, I just did it myself. But
she's not in the chat, but she'll leave a comment on the video later.
Yeah. Oh God, that's really disgusting. All right, well, thanks for that. Let's. We were on. Oh yeah, the Chucky stuff.
Donated $20. Professor Pro needs anger management.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's her just whispering. But the Chucky stuff, yeah, I didn't see the reboot or remake, whatever the hell it was, with Mark Hamill as Chucky. I heard that it's not as bad as maybe you think that it would be. But I heard it wasn't that Chucky. The reason Chucky was so like that the character of Chucky, he was as a dude, he was very similar to like say Freddy Krueger with it. There were jokes and shit that Chucky would throw out. And Chucky had a fucked up sense of humor. I want to see that back. And as far as sci-fi goes, if you would have told me a month ago or 2 months ago that it was on Sci-Fi, I'm like, what are they going to do on Sci-Fi? And then I watched Happy, and I was like, well, apparently they don't give they give no fucks at all. So I'm pretty. I think it could work. I'm down for a Chucky series. Does anybody else give a shit or not really?
That's fun.
If I'm going to see it, I want it to be a hard R.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
live for a hard R.
But I will tell you though, I think that TV is the right way for this. I mean, it seems that's in my next book. I think TV is the way to go for this. But I think TV, my next book, my first book. I think that I think that TV is the way to go because I think Child's Play has explored all options when it comes to film. We've seen it a million times over, and if you could do a series out of it, and you get to follow Chucky doing God knows what and going to different whatever the hell he's doing, I'm down.
On a road trip.
Yeah, whatever he's doing, I don't care. So let's give it a shot on TV. Why not?
Could we get like Chucky and Ted, the teddy bear, together? I feel like a buddy comedy between.
That'd work.
Yeah,
Just saying.
and Ted, yeah.
I'm so mad that nobody else finished Happy, so we can't talk about one of the most raw, disgusting things I've ever seen on television. But you all bugged out on me.
What?
Oh no, there's a scene with Happy and Bo Peep.
Oh.
And I was just
spoiler alert.
Want to spoil it away?
Hold on, guys. Spoiler for Happy season 2.
Spoiler for Happy. Check out.
All right, bye.
All right.
Just wave to me when you're done.
I haven't seen it either. Go ahead.
Well, they make sex with each other, but she rides his unicorn horn until he shoots out a rainbow of sputum across the entire room and shoots her across the room, and it's rainbows of goo all over the room.
I love it.
And
Don't tell the bodybuilder that; she'll be extremely jealous.
Shit, no shit.
I was just like, I looked at it, I was like, what in the fuck are we watching?
Everybody wave to Winston. Everybody wave to Winston.
Hey, Winston.
Winston. I'm back, buddy.
Y'all done?
And then he died.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry.
What? Oh, son of a bitch. Oh, yeah? I'll ruin BoJack Horseman for you right now, Brett. I'm rewatching that shit. I'll ruin it all.
Anybody else watching?
Into it.
Is anybody else watching Fear City, or am I the only sadistic one?
I've never heard of it.
No, I haven't.
That's the mob doc on Netflix about all the crime families in New York, the mafia families. It's I've seen episode 1 and it's incredible, but I got to finish it up. It's pretty crazy. But the reason I brought that up in general because there's some news also that Showtime's doing a mob series, right, Goddard?
Yeah, I was literally going to transition right into that. The Sopranos Emmy-winning writer, executive producer Terrence Winter, and Goodfellas screenwriter Nicholas Pileggi, sorry,
Yeah.
are teaming for a mob drama series at Showtime. Winter will write the Untitled project based on Pileggi's in-depth chronology of organized crime and corruption in America. This tale is seen through the eyes of the mafia's first family. So, you hear Showtime, you hear Terrence Winter, the screenwriter of Goodfellas. How do we feel about this, guys?
It's like a fingers crossed. I'll check it out. You know,
Yeah.
because they've been involved in other things. I believe that there's been. And I still have never seen Boardwalk Empire. I need to watch. I know. I need to watch it.
I got to finish that last season, but it's so good.
I couldn't get it. I tried when it first came out. It was so slow that first season, but I heard it picks up.
Is cake gonna fly off the handle?
No, I'm not.
Kate likes the slower shows, though.
I like a slow show. I mean, people have also said the same about The Wires. They're like, you gotta.
I love The Wire.
First season is so slow, and I was like, yeah, because they want you to care about every single breathing human on that show.
The Wire is a perfect series. It's a perfect series. Like it's people who usually say about season 2 that they think, oh, season 2 are good done with that. Well, then you didn't watch the series. Season 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are perfect. They're so damn good.
Well, The Wire is just so different from because we've had cop shows forever, and so when you go into it thinking it's going to be Law and Order or NYPD Blue, where they solve a case every single episode, and there's always like a shootout or a big climactic moment. There's not that in The Wire. It's a five season long
movie,
the whole thing.
It's really great, and check that out. It's if you've never seen The Wire before, it's a great series to watch. But this series, I'm gonna check it out. Absolutely, it's on Showtime. I think Showtime needs a new series. The one that they had got me with at one point, and then it just fell apart. Was speaking of The Wire, and it was The Affair.
Yep.
And the first 2 seasons were pretty good, and then it started. Then they do this. I don't know if anybody watched that show, but you've seen the whole series, Kate?
I havened seen this latest season.
Okay, so it goes in a really strange place. It ends up okay, and I get what they tried to do. They tried to do something, but they did this one season where Dominic. I always mess up his name. What is it, Dominic West, right?
Yeah.
All right, so Dominic
from The Wire, yeah.
Dominic, yeah, he's the star. He's one of the stars in
And he's
Fair.
deeply British. Like if you've ever heard him talk, it
but he's
doesn't
really-
make any sense.
He's really good in the show, right? He really is. And there's this one angle they play where he goes to prison and he comes out and he's crazy and he thinks Brendan Fraser is running around chasing him, but he loses his mind and then they just, I mean, he legit goes crazy. And then they said, well, that storyline didn't work. He's not crazy anymore. Like, and it's like the writing was so stupid at one point. And that's my point with, like, you know, when we were talking about Cobra Kai before, it's that series, like, unless you have like a full arc, it's tough, man. Television's fucking tough to do. Remember we were talking about Lost, like where they said that they only wanted to do 3 seasons and they wanted to bounce. So I get it.
Yeah.
I remember because I watched 300 before I watched The Wire, and so seeing McNulty as like this Baltimore, I was like, is he British or is he like from Baltimore? I don't know. I was so confused.
Such a good actor.
Yeah,
Same thing with Idris Elba and The Wire.
I had no idea he was British. Him and Hugh Laurie. No idea until I heard
Hugh Laurie for sure. Sometimes, like, just because I knew Idris Elba was British, like when he gets real mad, you can hear it peek out like a little bit.
Yeah.
But Hugh Laurie is like, it's crazy. I had no idea until like that movie Sahara or whatever that was.
It's watching him get his Emmy for House. I had watched House as a kid, just like religiously, and then I was like, "Oh yeah, he won!" And then he was like, "Oh well, thank you." And I was like, "What the fuck?"
You know,
Ricky Gervais, British. Did you know? Guys know that?
He's atheist too, in case he didn't say it in the last 30 seconds.
Pauly Shore also very English.
Oh yeah. Oh god. Like, but proper, very proper English.
How funny would that be if like this whole thing was a ruse and that Pauly Shore was like this like really like extravagant, like well-educated British.
And he is going 10 levels deep of method acting because I've thrown him out of Saddle Ranch drunk like 10 times.
And he's like he gets thrown out and he's like, he's like, welcome again. That dumb bastard.
I don't know if you ever were at IO West. I'm just now imagining Andy Dick's drunk ass being hella British too. Just was stumbling out like, fine. I guess
him out as well together. Andy Dick and Pauly Shore
What
together.
the fuck you did?
I swear to God. I'm just imagining like the end of Usual Suspects. They're like stumbling away drunk, and then they just start confidently walking and talking to each other.
That's a fucking reality TV show, right?
That's fucking amazing. Well, it looks like we got thrown out.
We did it again, dirty rotten scoundrel. You all, yes.
I know. Those Americans would never know.
Oh, good news, everybody. Luz there makes the statement that Nick Nolte has a huge dong. There you go, everyone.
Oh.
I have spoken. What if he said that after every escapade that he had in bed? She's just like, wow, I have spoken. Tommy.
Is that what is the
$20.
Penis is
I just
Moby
saw
Dick.
the game with Michael Douglas for the first time and was completely caught off guard by the plot of the movie because I never seen a trailer beforehand. Wasn't expecting the plot of the movie. Has that happened to any of you?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Parasite.
Yeah.
Parasite? Parasite is a great example.
Yeah, I love going into the movies not knowing shit about it because then it's like it's you know, with what we do, we always watch trailers and shit. But I love going into movies. Like I almost wish I didn't see anything on Palm Springs. I wish that I
didn't. Yeah, I went in blind. I just heard everybody say it was Groundhog Day, but I didn't know shit about it.
But even that, you're expecting something, you know, like so. Like, and I just rewatched Groundhog Day again the other 2 days ago. If I'm making a list of top 10 comedies, it might make it in there for me. It is. I could watch that movie. No pun intended. Every day. It is so fucking good. I wound up getting I Got You Babe right away afterwards. It's so good. And Andie MacDowell is in that movie and like as the love interest. And at first I'm like, I don't know. Do I believe Andie MacDowell in this? And then by the end I'm like, I love her too. You know, I don't.
Sounded so much like Seinfeld.
I mean, come on. You look at her. He's waking up every day, and you're wondering, why? Why does he care? Why doesn't he just go on and do this? But then you say, I get it. I understand. I mean, come on. It's got this. And what's Rick Overton doing? I mean, come on. Finish your eggs.
I wonder how Stephen Tobolowsky feels that, like, everybody know, like, he's a character actor for like the last 30 years, but everyone knows him as Ned Ryerson.
I'm sure he's fine with it after all the Comic Cons that he does and signs. It makes money off. I've seen him do it many times. I'd love to see a follow up. Like what his character and Andy McDowell have split up, and he thinks, and it fucking happens again. It's like I would love to see right now. I mean, even if it's like a Netflix movie, I'd love to see them. Although obviously they can't do it because Ramis directed that one. So, and he pops up. Ramis is in that movie too. Yeah. By the way, speaking of just random appearances, the amount, and as Brett, we're gonna go back to Tom Cruise movies here. Because I told you we just finished Mission Impossible 3 last night. Okay. And I'm going through all the Mission Impossibles. But jumping back, the amount of actors that popped up in Mission Impossible, and you totally forget that they're even...
Real City Pizza donated $20. Due to absolutely no feedback, we decided to add non-oven cut pineapple chunks on cheddar cheese pizza. Ooh. Y'all love new taste and definitely not die of lead poisoning. # not Matt.
Okay, I would rather eat really bad eggs, fart into a bag, smell it, than to eat pineapple on pizza. Okay, it's not right. It's not right. And it's my favorite. It's one of my favorite memes out there is that scene from Goodfellas when they're about to kill Joe Pesci, and they show him and they got his head up, and someone put a piece of pizza with pineapple on it, and he's screaming at the top of his lungs. You can't believe it. It's like, it depends if it's like a little slice of pizza from like CPK or like little gourmet shits, fine, but don't put that on a real slice of pizza. If you do, that's the one thing. As much as I love RB3, if he did that in front of me, I would leave the room.
Wait, RB3, are you and I the only ones that like pineapple on pizza?
I guess so.
I like it. I'm not I'll eat all of the pizzas.
You're all heathens.
Yeah, I don't care. You put a fart bag on a pizza, I'll eat it.
Well, Brett, let's see. Look, California people don't understand, so I'll give RB3 a pass. You should be ashamed of yourself, Kate. Brett Sheridan's from Nebraska. Like he said, he'll put fucking dirt on the pizza and eat it.
I had Chicago pizza before you. I had New York pizza when I was a small. I've had every pizza across the globe. I think that hating on the pineapple pizza, not liking it is one thing, but telling people that it's disgusting.
Disgusting. It's disgusting. And you're disgusting for even defending that stance.
What does Crow feel about you talking shit about RP3 and his pizza?
Now look, I'll tell you what. I don't agree with Harloff much. But when it comes to pineapple on pizza, I mean, shit, man. Of course I agree with RB3.
The Wire is an okay show at best. Acting was great, but I just didn't care about any of the characters on the show. A couple of holy shit moments, but other than that, I think it's overrated. I will say I really enjoyed the last season. Hey, Brett.
RB3, can you give me a close up on that one so I can respond?
Big Mo donated $20.
This is over.
Pineapple on pizza is a travesty. I literally get disgusted when someone is next to me has pineapple on pizza. It's disgusting. Sorry.
Yes, you're right. It is. That's why you're a smart human. Brett's dumb.
You got the spotlight.
All right, ready? This is the response to The Wire being overrated. I hissed at you like a cat.
What? God damn it! I was ready. I am so disappointed in you. I was ready to cuss the motherfucker out. I was ready to scream racism. Like I had all these things ready just in case, and that's what you went with, you stupid son of a bitch.
I hissed at him like a cat. You know why it's even worse? Because I don't like cats.
God, I hate you.
Also,
you know who used to do that very well? Is John Ritter. Remember John Ritter used to hiss at people like cats at his company.
Oh, did he? I don't remember that.
You delivered that like when you're kids, though, too. I hiss at you like a cat. I got that. Like a cat. I was doing it like a cat.
Absolutely, my 2.5-year-old right now at 3. It's like the stuff that's you just watch their brains the way that they pick up stuff. Like yesterday, I walk in and my well, she's almost 3, and she goes, "Dad, you home from work?" I'm like, I'm just in the garage, honey, but yeah, I'm back. And she goes, "You like my dress?" And I'm like, "It's beautiful." She goes, "It's beautiful, Dad."
Donated $20. Pizza USA's best pizza. American pizza, big American sizes. Garlic bread balls. Yummy dough. Cheeses are great. USA Pizza, #1 pizza, USA for life.
Thank you, not a Russian spy.
Okay, USA.
Kristian, considering that you have seen The Last Dance, we figured out. You missed this yesterday, but who Ben's Russian is? It's just Tony Kukoc.
Oh yeah, that's 100%. Speaking of everybody, make sure that you have those comments are coming in. We're going to get to your comments in just a little bit here. Streamlabs.com/schmodown. Keep those schmobots coming. They really help keep the crew around, and you guys have been doing that. We're very, very thankful for that. So keep the schmobots and everything else coming in. We have about another hour left on the show. So a couple other things that I want. Oh, yeah, you know what else? So I showed my oldest, I showed her a clip from Ace Ventura the other day, right? And it was the ballerina clip when he's dancing around pretending that he's he's got a head injury, and then he slams his head into the bench, and my daughter starts cracking up, and I was like, all right, let's try Ace Ventura. Not a great move. It was so we start watching it, and the first scene is a woman's got her tits hanging out, and like she says to him, she's like, and she starts like blowing him, but you don't see it. It's just suggested, and my daughter goes, "What's she doing?" And I go, "I was just tying his shoes." But I was so proud of myself because I answered it so fast. And when she said, she's like, "What's he doing? Tying his shoes?" She just believed it right off the bat. I was like, "Oh, good job, me."
I'm impressed.
And then it was quick. And then other things started happening. I'm like, I have no excuses or words to cover any of the rest of this stuff up because there's a lot of things. And then there's one thing where you mentioned like suicide, and then we're done. She's like, can I just watch Little Mermaid 2? I'm like, yeah.
Can I tell you, Dickie, I come out this morning and Dickie's like, oh, by the way, yesterday Neil asked me where goats came from, and I was like, okay. He's like, well, we were talking about goats, and so I explained to him. He's like, I mean, I guess you don't have to stick with this. Wait till you hear what he thought I might stick with. But I explained to him that the mommy goat has an egg inside her, and the daddy goat has arrows inside of him, and he has to shoot the arrows, and then they both have. He goes, they both have arrows, and they just shoot the arrows at each other. And I was like, Dickie, of course I can't stick with this. Like, you're right saying sperm. I was like, okay, well, just tying shoes.
I don't hate daddy arrows and mommy targets. Like that's not terrible, but
they shoot arrows at each other.
Kristian, can I just tell you, man, I guarantee that has like lodged permanently in my subconscious. And then when I reach that stage with like my kid, like 10, 15 years from now, Daddy, what's happening over there? Oh, this is tying shoes.
What's mommy doing right now? She's tying my shoes.
Whoa.
What is that? What is that lady doing in 365? What is that lady doing in 365?
And Kate, you need to get the book "Mommy Laid an Egg."
That's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely right. Tying your shoes. Now the best is when Roxy's on this show. I'm like, did you tie his shoes? And then she's like, what?
And you're like, Kristian. Then she comes in and she's like, Kristian, I'm an adult. I tie my shoes every day.
Yes, but did you tie his shoes? She just do so many innuendos of the tying shoes, and to see like before she snaps.
And my son was like, why hasn't mommy tied your shoes in 13 years?
That's it. That's right. You're not getting
on behalf of Lonnie, I'm upset by this joke. Putting an incorrect picture.
Daddy, wait, what? Well, mommy's mad? Oh yeah, mommy is really mad at Daddy, and Daddy was not getting his shoes tied for a very long time. No tying shoes, baby.
Get ready for the schmobot called Shoe Tires.
Pizza shoe tying USA.
What is it? What do you teach the kids? The two bunny loop under the bridge or whatever.
Yeah, the bunny goes under the, yeah.
Exactly. Well, aren't those two loops a euphemism? I had it.
Oh man.
Kate, my wife almost threw this out yesterday.
What?
Believe
threw her out.
She talked me through what it was like to clean the studio.
She's full of it. I read that text, and that was bullshit. She said it looked like a homeless shack, and that's not true.
She said there was there were bottle caps everywhere, and I said, well, when I was there, I would take the garbage or the recycling out like once a week.
Big Mo donated $20. I'd love to have my shoes tied.
Hey, you guys tie shoes over here?
Yo, how much it costs to get my shoes tied, though?
Right? Wouldn't that be a lot better to say it that way? Because it sounds a lot less filthy.
Yeah.
Somebody tie my shoes before I leave this.
Yo, I'm literally like, the problem is I'm now seeing some girl being like, hey, yo, shoes on.
How much better than that? Think about how vulgar it sounds to say the other thing, but as opposed to say, "Oh man, tie my shoes."
By the way, today when I had that fight with the lady.
Hey, you songs and pluckers, since Jim Carrey is brought up by One Rent One and Loose One, The Masked Liar Liar, and The Truman Show. I hope you all have a good week.
Sammy Leon Mendoza said she tied her husband's shoes last night.
Not all heroes wear capes.
I really hope she was wearing a cape while tying shoes for some reason.
No shit, right?
So buy one.
She's on her way to tie shoes. Here I come to tie your shoes.
What's happening?
One, rent one, lose one. The Mask, Liar Liar, and The Truman Show.
I would personally go with buying The Truman Show. I would rent Liar Liar, and I would lose The Mask. That's me.
Say it again.
I would buy Truman Show.
Yes.
I would lose. I would rent Liar Liar, and I would lose The Mask.
I would switch that. I would the first part, buy Truman Show, rent The Mask, and lose Liar Liar.
I'm with Christian.
Yeah.
I think I'm buying The Mask. I love that movie so much.
I mean, I know
I'm renting The Truman Show, and then I'm losing Liar Liar.
I mean, we're the same age, man. As tempted as I am, because like I remember enacting out that the Mask kissing Cameron Diaz scene. Like,
dude, let me tell you about Cameron Diaz when in that movie. You talk about wanting to tie someone's shoes.
That's what I'm saying. I almost said it, but I was like 8 when this happened.
Let me say it, because she was smoking, if you will.
Smoking.
It's also super hot in Vanilla Sky, Brett.
Jesus, hot. I'm with RB3. I'll go with his.
Yeah. All right. I got you. Good for you.
Doesn't she have a shoe tying line in Vanilla Sky?
What?
Doesn't she have a line about tying shoes in Vanilla Sky?
Yes. Along those lines. Yes.
Yeah, I don't want to say it. But
it's in the same neighborhood.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get back over to streamlabs.com/Cusumano. Unless we have anything else in the news that's worth a damn.
Gugu Mbatha-Raw talked about the Loki series.
Yes.
Quote, it goes to other places and you get to see Loki mature in a different way. It's going to be exciting for fans to really see Tom and the character take the center of the story.
You tell me how to say that woman's name.
Gugu Mbatha-Raw.
Yes.
Gugu Mbatha-Raw. All right, thank you.
So
it's a beautiful name. But.
Yes, I'm excited for that series, man, because I want to, from what they did and the carrying it over, I think from Endgame, right? From the way that kind of transferred over with the alternate universe. So the fact that it's going in different directions and that they can kind of play with things, and I'm down with it. I mean, that's one of the ones that I was looking forward to the most. I catch slack from everybody in the chat room every time I say I could shit about WandaVision, but I really the Loki series to me is way more exciting on my perspective. But
Real Pizza USA donated $20. Glad everyone is loving our uneven pineapple cheddar pizza. We just add small standard TVs that play Comrade Detective. They're definitely not bombs.
Okay. Anyway, so does anybody else not care about is anybody else excited?
How about what do you want? Oh, for Loki specifically?
Yeah, for the Loki series.
I mean, yeah, no, I think of the three, if we're gonna do keep, rent, and lose of the three MCU, I mean, it's probably my rent out of them. I feel like
so. What? And it doesn't count the What If series. We're talking about the either Loki, WandaVision and Winter Soldier and
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah, see, I would play that same game. I would actually say buy Loki, rent Winter Soldier and Falcon, and then sell WandaVision 20 times or pass on it, whatever the hell. Because for me, right now, Falcon and Winter Soldier, I don't know what the story is. I don't know what else can they do? They're doing new missions as Captain America and Bucky. Like, what else is there? But I could absolutely be wrong. It could be the better of the series. But I out of the interest for me, that's my interest. But Winston, you go the opposite.
I go actually buy WandaVision, rent Loki, and lose Falcon Winter Soldier. And
I'll go that
the only
same way.
reason why is I've already seen the relationship between Wanda and Vision, and if this is like her hellscape trying to save the man she loves, that sounds like an interesting plot point. I don't really like the chemistry between Falcon and Winter Soldier. The one thing that was funny and I like vibed with was when he was like, "I hate you" after fighting Spider-Man in Civil War. Otherwise, I could give two shits about the two of them. It's more about them with Cap versus them with each other. So that's just me.
So wait, I thought you were buying the Winter Soldier and Falcon.
No, I'm losing it.
Losing.
I don't know. For me, I'm
Note that Russian spy donated $20. Pizza
Alright.
USA. Pizza so good it will tie your shoes. Requires $40 purchase.
That's definitely Tom.
No shit. No wonder Dagnino liked that fucking.
Yeah.
thing.
yeah, exactly.
Tell me he went in there, but he said, "Look, I gotta be honest with you. It's not one time I've ever actually had a slice of pizza in there. I went in there the other day, got my shoes tied 3 times." So
This might be my favorite thing we've come up with on this show, bro.
and the fact that it came
Came out of you.
me, but the fact that it came out of me to try to parent, yes, to try to parent my daughter is just the epitome of innocence. Like, I love her so much because like when she's there's so many jokes that were just flying over her head, and like anytime someone said like ass or something, she would, all right, and, and I'm just like, and meanwhile, I'm fucking every other word, dirtbag euphemisms, or trying to come up with shit for someone blowing, someone saying tying your shoes. What a scumbag!
I just.
Christian was like a switchboard operator, like, oh god, no,
Dude, I'm telling you, I couldn't believe how like within seconds.
Deeply impressed.
It was just like, oh, okay, tying his shoes.
Bro,
We got someone over here talking about shooting arrows. So
Because remember, and when you see that scene on television, what you see normally is just like, "Daddy, what is she doing?" And he's he's tying his shoes, honey. As opposed to where it was just like, "What's she doing? Tying his shoes?" Oh, all right.
bro, it just means you're ready for Wall It Out. You're ready for your audition.
That was like the only good joke from that Steve Martin Queen Latifah movie, where like his son,
bring
the
down
kid
the
from
house.
2.5 Men's, got like a porno mag, and he's like, "Dad, what's Iraq?" He's like, "A country," and just takes the magazine. I was like, "That's great. That's really good."
Anyway, so that's I think that's the majority of it, ladies and gents.
Yeah.
Let's
Well,
oh yeah.
we
So
didn't
someone
do the
yesterday,
buy.
speaking about comedy, RB3, you were saying?
Oh no, I was gonna say we didn't finish like the buy, rent, lose for the Marvel series. But
Oh yeah, go ahead, RB3. What do you got?
I would probably actually go with Winston, except I would switch Loki and WandaVision. I'll actually buy Loki, I would rent WandaVision, and then I would probably lose Falcon and Winter Soldier too. To me, WandaVision is exciting because I like weird TV, like Legion and like Doom Patrol. Like I just started watching that. I just like weird TV that just is like experimental and all that kind of stuff. So I can see me liking WandaVision, but it excites me about Loki because they have one of the dudes who did Rick and Morty, and this seems like a kind of Rick and Morty-esque kind of thing that they're kind of going for with all this time, dimension, traveling, all that kind of stuff, parallel universes. So that excites me personally, but.
Kate, as a Disney Plus subscriber, where these series, I know you've seen some of the Marvel movies. Is there any of these series that, because you have them, like out of those 3, how would you do the the buy, the sell, or the get rid of?
honestly, I don't know. I have yet to buy into Marvel, and I don't. It's not for lack of desire, I guess. It's just for whatever reason we've sort of like we just skewed younger here for the most part. Like, I know Harry Potter's not technically young, but like we've like done stuff that like we can read then watch. And I honestly, like, the comic books that Neil has are like really old school. Like, we get them from like secondhand shops. So I'm sure there's gonna come a time when like our house is gonna be all Marvel all the time. But for whatever reason, we're sort of like Star Wars. I don't know. I have truly no interest in any of them. And I'm the mom of 2 boys, though. I will have to at some point.
You'll be watching them eventually.
I'll be watching them, you know.
Yeah. Eventually, yeah.
But yeah.
So anybody else got any other thoughts on this before we move on?
I'm buying Falcon Winter Soldier because they're bringing Zemo back, and I loved him from Civil War. And then, like, the fact that they literally don't let Sam keep the shield, and they give it to Taylor Russell, who's playing, like, Captain USA, or, you know, some Captain America version knockoff.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see like where that story goes. And then I'm renting WandaVision. I'm losing Loki, honestly.
Well, you've always got the opposite taste, so I'll take it. No, it wasn't me. I sound like a dog sometimes.
Hey.
Don't yell at me, Winston. I'm doing my job. All right. No, I'm not going to stop. I'm trying to do the news.
You zip it.
Yeah, I'm not.
Do this.
No. Wyatt Russell. Sorry, I said Taylor Russell.
Yeah, that's
Right.
all right.
Doggy,
No. All right, Winston's gonna he's gonna yell at me. Wait, let's see if we can listen to him yelling at his dog.
Uh-oh.
He's about to.
Yell, yell at me during my show. How dare you?
He's like pacing back and forth and talking to him like a professor in college.
Listen, Princess Buttercup. During my show, you are silent.
$20. Speaking about kids, I don't have none but one. My God, kids I pick up from We Pass a Crackhead. She asked me what's wrong with. I said to her that just Crackhead Eddie being him. 2 days later, her mother pick her up. Hey mom, they're Crackhead Eddie.
Yeah.
Saying what? Brad, already lost his shit. What is what?
I couldn't. Something about a kid saying something about a crackhead.
Speaking about kids, I don't have none, but my one god kids I picked up from We Pass a Crackhead. She asked, "What's wrong with that?" I said to her, "That's just a crackhead, Eddie." Being him 2 days later, her mother pick her up. Hey mom, there's a crackhead there, Eddie. So it's about kids basically repeating everything they hear.
Pretty much. Oh, I see. So yeah, we're gonna get okay. Now I get it because of the shoes. And here we are. Let's something else I want to move on and tell you guys all about. Obviously, we got a lot of stuff happening in the Schmodown universe. I mean, shit. Today at 12:30, backstage is going to be stacked. Roka and Ben are going to be on there, and they're bringing in. They're going to be talking about the Inner Geekdom finals that happen on Thursday. It drops on Thursday, which is going to be Corruption. All Corruption finals between Kalinowski and Chance Ellison. It's going to be huge. The winner will play the champion, whoever the champion is, at Spectacular. That's going to be a big match that drops on Thursday. And then on Friday, we're doing our first pay-per-view in a while. John Roca will be going up against Ethan Irwin in a #1 contender match. Deep 13 and Final Exam on the undercard. You can get this if you're a $10 patron right now. I don't know if there's ever been a better deal that we've given to the patrons, because we have the following week. After this Friday is Roca versus Irwin. Next week is going to be Smets versus Chandru. The following week is going to be Merle versus the winner of Irwin and Roca. And then we're going to get a Who's the Boss match up there on the pay-per-view. There's going to be another Irwin match, and then don't forget about Guy. This is going to be on this channel, but Guy and Bateman go at it again on the undercard of Smith and Jericho. But all of those pay-per-view matches, if you're at the $10 tier, you get them all. Spectacular, you get it. The exhibition matches, we just dropped Dagnino versus Kaiser last night in an 80s action movie. It's one of the funniest matches that we've done. That's up there. You get all those things, and it's the $10 level. Now, if you just want to get Roca versus Irwin, you can go over and at $4.99, theschmodownlive.com. I wouldn't miss this match, though, because it's been really good. And Brad Gilmore, Jen Sturger yesterday on Twitch did a whole preview special. We're going to re-air that on YouTube today. So if you want to watch it premiere with everybody else, that's going to be on right after backstage today, around like 2 or 3 o'clock, probably 3 o'clock. So lots of stuff happening in the world of Schmodown. So check it out. All right, going to talk to you guys now. Streamlabs.com/theschmodown. Going to go, and we have about 45 minutes left. So keep those Schmobots coming in here. I want to hear from you. And Ben, what do we got today?
Kate, do you want to say something?
I was just gonna say also they could get mine and Brett's show. That's on Fridays if they're a $10 and up patron.
That's on SEN on the SEN Patreon.
Oh, sorry.
But Kate does.
My bad.
It's okay. Kate brings up a great point also. So on Fridays, if you are part of the SEN, the posters are I got sent the actual layout from the posters themselves on SEN Live. They look amazing. And Kate and Brett at the $10 level on SEN Live, you get their show, which is exclusive to patrons every Friday. So make sure you check it out.
He's not mentioning us. Oh yeah, because I'm not listening. That's the problem.
No, but no, the mention is on SEN Live, so go check that out. All right, Brett. No, I don't need.
I'll tell you what. Here's a fun
Please.
game you guys can play. Maybe people can schmo it on in about this one. What 3 Keira Knightley period films did I see 2 of, and I'm supposed to see another one of? So I haven't seen it yet. So this last weekend I watched 2 Keira Knightley period films.
Let me guess.
Oh, and one of them I owned it and didn't know it, and it was unwrapped.
All right, you've seen. So Pride and Prejudice is the one that you owned.
Nope.
No, but you saw it.
Oh, do I? I didn't see that one yet.
People are gonna guess.
Oh,
yeah,
you're gonna guess it on Friday. Or you're gonna guess it now.
Oh no, this is.
I would say Anna Karenina is probably in there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what else.
Anna Karenina, you reviewed Anna Karenina, Brett.
Atonement, you got it.
Atonement's a good one.
I saw Atonement.
Good movie.
And then Anna Karenina. My wife had seen both of them, made me watch them.
Anna Karenina.
Maybe I was trying to get my shoes tied. I don't know. I watched them. Despite my lack of interest in any of these, and then she says I have to see Pride and Prejudice, but
okay, so it was all
I'll
3.
tell you what.
I haven't seen it, but
your
I
shoes
have
tied,
to.
Brett. I feel like that's an expanding category.
Yeah, I don't know. Kate, do you think she's attractive?
Keira Knightley.
Yeah.
How could you not think she's attractive? Who
Right?
doesn't like sticks and stones and?
Stop it. I think she's very attractive.
Oh God.
All right, so let's move on to these questions here. Streamlabs.com/the Schmodown. Here we go.
Just my Keira Knightley thing is she's like Amelia Clark. If Amelia Clark is an eyebrow actress, Keira Knightley is a teeth actress. I just know.
I'm down.
Are you for tying your shoes with teeth? You're down for that?
Say she's gonna do that.
I mean,
If she can't, I'll tell you what, Christian. If she can't talk without her teeth, I'm pretty sure she can't tie your shoes with.
I was gonna say, man, you practice how you play.
Don't. Hey. You don't know shit. You hear me? You know shit.
There's a scene with her and a feller in a library.
That's right.
Up against some books that'll show that she does other stuff.
That's what I'm talking about.
God, I was gonna be so good at remembering all these people's names. Saoirse Ronan is in Atonement.
Saoirse Ronan.
A young Saoirse Ronan.
It looked like you were getting your shoes tied just then.
Who is
James McAvoy.
Yep.
Another person in that movie. Oh, and they're our winner for being a dumbass.
Atonement's a good flick.
No, it's really quite but Lonnie was really like, and then see, now she's seeing it from this point of like I'm like, oh no, I get it, yeah.
Anna Karenina stinks.
Ooh, that's a hot take, I guess.
No, it stinks. The movie.
I mean, all period pieces stink, man.
No, that's silly.
Nah,
Right.
I think you'd like Emma because you like Clueless, right, Winston? You like the
I
movie
mean,
Clueless?
I just watched it for the first time a couple months ago. It's just funny that the end result is we fucking our brothers. Like that's like they made the Pornhub category of step sibling sex. But other than that, it's a good movie.
Watch Emma because that's what it's based on. I think you'd like.
Oh.
think you'd like Emma with Anya Taylor-Joy.
All right, I'll check it out.
Clueless? Kind
Yeah.
of, I feel.
I like Anna Karenina though. Anna Karenina is good.
I don't like it. All right, what's next?
Alex Bat. Hey guys, Alex from Sydney here. I saw Jaws at my local cinema tonight. I went with my dad and we were the only people in the theater. We both realized that the theme of public safety versus the economy was really relevant with all that's going on. Stay safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's yeah, it's true. You know, by the way, I totally forgotten. I saw someone mention in there where I was talking about all the actors and actresses that popped into the Mission Impossible franchise and then disappeared. One of them is Josh Holloway.
Really? Yeah.
Josh Holloway is in.
Beginning of Ghost Protocol, right?
Yes, it makes sense when you think about his. I forgot that Bad Robot. I don't know if they continue to produce it, but they definitely produced the Ghost Protocol and all the connections because Greg Grunberg shows up in the third one, and he's in every J.J. Abrams movie, so like that made sense. Kerry Russell is in the third one, which makes sense because it's a J.J.
Oh yeah,
Abrams
there's so much lost. What's his other one? Alias.
All of that stuff, and then how do you forget that Anthony Hopkins is in the second movie?
Yes.
Totally forget that he's even in the Mission Impossible franchise. He's like the Alec Baldwin. He's like the main guy, and then they never mention him again. And then like we said with Tandy Newton is in the second one, and then they don't like you. I think it was you, Ben, that said it the other day when I was like, "Do they mention it?" Like, no, they don't even hint at it. They mention nothing.
Yeah.
They mention nothing.
Maggie Q's in the next one, gone.
Yeah, she's gone. She's great. And then same thing with Jonathan Rhys Myers.
Paula Patton in the fourth one, gone.
Paula Patton,
like Simon Pegg is like the only one that is like has any like link to the other ones before like Alec Baldwin and Jeremy Renner.
Well, Jeremy Renner was supposed to come back for one of them, but they thought he was going to be all tied up with Avengers, so they wrote him out of it, and then his schedule cleared up, but they had already written the script. So yes, but there are a lot of actors and actresses that just kind of pop in and out. I'd love to see Hopkins return in the next one. Ving Rhames did not show up in Protocol. He was in every other one.
He was at the very end. He was at the very end when he's forming the team. Yeah, he's at the very end.
Okay, because they don't credit him at the thing, and I think because I did some reading on it, and they said that at the time he said because of budget stuff, they didn't bring him back, but he's in 5 and 6 for sure.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
Thanks, Brett.
I don't know. Benedict Cumberbatch was in Atonement too, so
he was in the second one.
In Atonement. So he was also in that one.
Ghost Protocol.
And the actor who played Reek in Game of Thrones is in it too. A lot of
Alfie Allen.
Yeah, Mick Jagger Jr. All right, what's next?
The Thickness.
Nice.
Have you seen Volcano High? It's an Asian film dubbed by rappers like Lil Jon and Andre 3000. Snoop Dogg. It's about students fighting their abusive teachers. Also love the show. You guys make my job go by so much quicker, especially when we get 2 shows today.
Thank you. Yeah, we got a lot of shows today. We got, like I said, we got Backstage today. You're gonna get 3 shows today because the preview special with Jen and Brad is fantastic. They had Ethan on. They had Ethan and John on at the same time. They had Mike and Chance on at the same time. So it's really good. And they preview like the special the tournament coming up, which I know is definitely stressful in a great way for all of the managers and especially us. We're pumped for it. We're really excited to get this tournament going.
Where does this put? We know how the IG tournament ends in terms of it's corruption versus corruption. So where's corruption going to be in the standings?
They're already in second.
They're in second, but they'll either be 2 or 1 point behind the Finstock Exchange afterwards because they're either going to pick up 3 or 4 points. So they'll be 2, and then if Roka wins, he picks up. If Roka beats Irwin, he'll unless it's. Well, if it's not a knockout, he'll pick up 2 points, so he can give the Finstock Exchange a little bit more. But
here's a question:
Yeah.
How do you not when you have, especially with? I mean, I get that there's like a certain level of pride on the line.
Yeah.
But how do you stop someone from just
throwing it?
If they're just throwing into a knockout?
Well, I mean, look, you'd have to look into it, right? You have to if we're watching the match itself and something seems fishy, then the league would have to put it under watch.
It just the only reason why I ask is just from the standpoint of like I don't think that's something that Shannon, Chance, and Mike would do at all.
Yeah.
Ever.
But just
sure
throwing that out there as far as rules go, it almost feels like a knockout shouldn't be possible if faction mates have to play each other.
Yeah, maybe next year. But again, this is why again I told people when they were like saying, "Oh, you can't change rules mid-season," and I said, "Agree, you can't. Nothing was changed mid-season at all." So that's why we wouldn't be able to do that now because I don't disagree with you next year, but I can't we can't just say, well, it was on the line. The KO was on the line when Bateman played Merle, but it's not going to be on the line when you guys play each other. Right. Can't do that this season. Can't change it up because we don't want to change things mid-season. That's why I tried to have that conversation with Mike where he's like, "Oh, you're changing things mid-season?" Nope, nothing was changed mid-season.
Question because can you put? I know, is it still like you can put inner geekdom slices on the wheel, or is it just an inner geekdom slice?
There's just right. So that will also change next season. Right now, it's Inner Geekdom. There's one Inner Geekdom slice itself, and even in the beginning, even though it changed mid-season. No, it actually that came into play in February because of there was all this kind of pushback from a lot of players. So because it wasn't mid-season, it was the first month of the season. So let's just make a freaking Inner Geekdom slice. So we put there's an Inner Geekdom slice.
Can I just voice my opinion about that? Anybody that was pushing for the Inner Geekdom slice and was too scared to have the DC, you're a bunch of punk asses. Because to be honest with you, it's the same argument I've made about a lot of movies that I'd want to see on here that haven't come anyway.
You're not wrong, and it's also why I said next season it's final. You can put because they're all movies. This is the movie trivia schmodown. The actual teams and singles, the teams and singles are it's everything. So everything is on the board next season. Everything. This season we're keeping it as just the Inner Geekdom slice, but like that I couldn't stay. I thought it was such a silly argument of the Inner Geekdom players have an advantage. Well, so do you if you're playing.
A dick. There are people that literally review Oscar movies. Yeah, that's the thing. Tie your shoes. There are literally people that study Oscars for a fucking job, and from start to finish. Kiss my ass.
Well, I think it's because the argument against it would be like because they have all of those. Slices because I just think that it allows people like Mara Kanopik, Smets, Robert Parker. It allows them and a little bit like because if Robert Parker went up against or Chandru went up against like Dan Merle today, you're gonna go. There's no freaking chance. It's gonna be this is a silly match in general, right? But if he's playing Robert Parker or if he's playing Alex Damon and there's Lord of the Rings and Star Wars. And let's say he has a good first round and he's able to get like 6 points in the first round. And then the second round, he has that. It's like having a boxer that's able to throw that big right hand. Yep. He might not hit the big right hand, but he's got it. And then he's still got to answer his 2, 3, and his 5 in the last round. So it's like that's off the table, and it's basically if anybody has an argument against it for next season, then they don't have to play in the league. But
I mean, because like my counter to the like literally to further back that up, look literally at what just happened with Alex Damon in his run in IG. It's the idea that he's the god of Star Wars, right? And then he did pretty well on Middle Earth as well. And then he came up against a hard-ass DC category that just held him the fuck back. Right. It happens. You don't know everything.
And that was in Inner Geekdom. Like I'm at if it's in the regular division and he's like he's aiming for Star Wars and then he hits Kubrick movies and he gets blown out of the water and it's a knockout.
If you're that scared of like one slice out of 12 losing you a game,
it'd be 2 slices.
Spinner's choice in that.
No. That was the argument. Is that it would be it's like you can put anything. So if you're playing Kalinowski and he wants to put
3, you would opponent's choice and then the 2 they choose.
Yes. So if Kalinowski's playing against you and he goes, I want MCU and I want DCEU up there. Next season he's gonna be able to do that. And like this season it's only one Inner Geekdom slice. So that's you run the risk. You run the risk of playing those guys, but you give the Inner Geekdom players a shot, and it puts more variety up there, and it allows, once again, like I said, it gives people more of a shot. Like Smets, who doesn't want to see Smets playing singles?
Yeah, 9323 donated $20. So who do you got between Roka versus Irwin? I think Irwin is going to take it in a close match. Got to do an interview with Dwayne Burke last night. It was an awesome time. Hi, Kate and Brett's up, Winston and RB3. Always great to see the bandit hashtag Bandit Brigade.
What's up, buddy?
So thank you, Shug. As far as Roka Irwin, I think that everybody made their prediction so far. Kate, did you say who you think's gonna win?
I think Roka.
Yeah, I know Ben. You said Roka, right?
Yeah, by a smidge.
Ethan said, RB3 said Irwin. So did Winston, and then
I said Roka, but I don't like his lack of confidence. I mean, even on the show, he was like, I want him to get back that smack talk that he has.
But he did the same. He did the same thing about Paul Oyama. Honestly, that's he does it on purpose. He's baiting you.
No. He's not baiting you. This is what he does when he is dangerous. He doesn't. This is not a bait. This is him telling himself, he says, I can't do it. He's going to be, I'm not sure. That's what he does where that fire comes in. When he's overly confident, when he played Irwin the first time, he's like, I'm going to take him. I'm going to beat him. I'm going to take him. This is it. I've never been so fired. I'm going to take him. That's when it's when he's like, I don't know.
Donated $20. Hey guys, we talking about the Schmodown stuff way too much on the SEN network. Someone is crying in our basements that we not talking about movie news.
I know, I'm sorry. sorry. I'm so sorry.
Just to piggyback off that, just real quick, if I can ask a wheel question. I have a player on my faction. I won't name who it is. Who's interested in getting an atonement wheel slice?
Yeah.
Any chance?
And my joke was gonna be a Keira Knightley slice, but you took it to a specific film. But I was gonna write him a strongly worded text if we did not get a Keira Knightley.
We'll get a Knightley one for sure.
But you can tie my shoe, motherfucker.
That's right.
And see.
And
So wait.
Oh no.
my favorite color's green. My favorite color's blue. Oh, excuse me. She's tying my shoe. How are you doing on the bus today? Everybody have something to say. Mr. Bus Driver, is this okay? That I say that today is tie your shoe day.
Well, here's the thing. Even though you do have a mask on, you really shouldn't be tying shoes on this bus. It's kind of disgusting that you cut a slit in your mask to do the tying of the shoes. You've kind of made the whole mask thing not work, and now you're probably gonna get mouth COVID, but get off the bus.
Here's the thing. She actually really is tying my shoes.
Wait a minute, Kristian, aren't your shoes Velcro? How'd that work?
Tie your shoe Tuesday. I love it. Right. Let's move to the next one.
What's your name, Kate? What's your name?
House Heisenberg. I can't believe how ridiculous these Emmy nominations were. Massive snubs across the board, especially in the acting races like Bob Odenkirk and Viola Davis, and Tom Pelphrey in Ozark had one of the best performances I've ever seen on TV and wasn't nominated.
Was Ozark nominated for anything?
I think he got Best Drama Series.
Yeah, Ozark got a lot of nominations. What?
Fucking assholes.
Ozark's got a lot. Ozark got a lot.
Oh, it did? It did get nominated for a lot? Okay, they're cool.
Yeah.
RB3 is saying something.
Dr. Dick Lips. Paging Dr. Dick Lips. Paging Dr. Dick Lips. Patient Kate Mulligan is waiting in your office for her physical. P.S. Sorry, Kate, Brett. Fucking love you. Harloff, stay solid. RB3, be chillin'. Kate, I respect you. Winston, you hustle, my guy. Dr. Dick Lips out.
Fair enough.
Dick
Lips. Dr. Dick Lips.
Stay safe, Dr. Dick Lips.
Dr. Shoe Ties. Jay Frank. We don't need to go deep into this, but did anyone see the George Carlin video circulating on Twitter over the week? He's probably rolling in his grave seeing his words turned into weapon like that. The big club he speaks of involves both sides.
Yes, that's the thing though. So this is what I want people to realize with that clip, because I knew that clip very well. I'm a Carlin student. It was used for a particular side. He's talking about government as a whole. He's talking about everything. He's talking about right side, left side, everything. That's what he says it, and that's why I've always said they don't give a shit about you. When it benefits them politically, then they'll care about you, but they don't care about you. They don't. They care about what's going to help them get either more press or elected or more money or keep it. That's what they care. Big business. It's in general. It's both sides. They don't care. They care when it's going to get them elected. They don't care. And that's a lot of the stuff is what Carlin's saying, and because he says it's the reason they call it this American dream is because you're fucking sleeping through it. And that's until people fucking wake up. It's a great video. I mean, it's a great.
Who used it?
I don't want to get into the who used it, but it's not the video itself. It's a great piece of what he talks about. He's like he's just very It's how I've always felt. It's like I never understand why people go to bat so heavy. Not for what they believe in. That's the importance of democracy and everything in general. Is when you're going after subject and stuff that's out there that's very important. That is crucial. That is crucial. It's when they go to bat so hard sometimes for people inside of the government, sometimes the sides of the government, when in reality, I mean, it's personal opinion that they don't give a shit about you. They don't.
And that Patriot Act show with Hassan Minhaj, is that how you say it? He does show both sides. It's a good show to check out. Roxy was talking about it, and it is one that just shows how the system is flawed in general, and not necessarily what side and whatever, but it's just a flawed system, and it's a really good show. I think people could check out.
Agreed. Totally agreed. All right. So, by the way, this is a scene. I don't know if we have to cut this out later, then so be it. But this is a scene from Hot Shots. I want to play this scene because it's one of my favorite scenes. Arby, we can turn the Schmobot off for just a second here. Just listen to this dialogue. You don't have to necessarily know what's going on. This dialogue's incredible.
Hey, fellas, inside there on the left. I can't find it. Doctor, what happened? Plane crash.
I gotta work fast. I got a lunch.
I think you're missing the big picture here, Doc.
Nurse, check his penis. Is it longer than mine?
No, Doctor.
Good. Now this is gonna hurt. Oh! Nurse, give me 15 cc's of morphine, quickly.
You think you can save him?
Can't be sure. I'm not a very good doctor. That's good. Thank you, nurse. You'll have to wait here.
You gonna be all right, buddy? I'm in a hospital. What could go wrong?
It's my favorite. It's one of my favorite scenes. So the stuff that you can't see inside of that scene. So he says to the guy is not a good doctor. He asked about if the guy's penis is bigger than his, right? Then he says he needs morphine, and he takes the morphine, and he fucking bites the guy's nose, and he says he's not a good doctor, and he runs away. It's listen to this scene again. It's so underrated. Like he bites the guy's fucking nose.
I gotta work fast. I got a lunch.
I think you're missing the big picture here, Doc.
Nurse, check his penis. Is it longer than mine?
No, Doctor.
Good. Now this is gonna hurt. Oh! Nurse, give me 15 cc's of morphine, quickly.
You think you can save him?
Can't be sure. I'm not a very good doctor.
So good. It's so good. It's such an underrated. That movie is one of the funniest comedies. And Lloyd, and that's not even Lloyd Bridges. That doctor is just out of control. All right, sorry, Ben. Got outside.
Seth Bayless. Hey, gang, if you could pick 3 songs to symbolize the 3 acts of your life, what would they be? First act is birth, 25 years old. Second act is 26 to 50. Third act is 51 to death. Consider this the soundtrack of your life as if it were a movie. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you for really
heavy question.
I know. Go ahead, Kate, you answer.
Yeah. I know the last one. There's an Irish song called "The Parting Glass," and the version of it that's on Waking Ned Divine is good. It's it's a good movie. It's a lovely song. It's an Irish song that you might hear, probably not in a pub, but at a lot of Irish wakes. Anthony Karate can confirm. Right. So that would be my last. The middle two.
Yeah.
My funeral song is "Summer Wind" by Frank Sinatra.
Oh.
My summer wind.
Wait, so is this only about relationships or?
No. It's just like a soundtrack to your life. So first song's until you're 25. Second is when you're 50. Third is when you're...
I have to really think about that though too. Harder
Yeah, that's a tough question.
Yeah,
we also we want to get it right.
Yeah. So think about it. Well, like if you got one, just pop in throughout the show.
Fight to your right to party for the 20s.
Ooh, that's a good one.
When I definitely, I mean, it's cliche, but I'm definitely playing. I haven't told my wife yet because she doesn't like thinking about that stuff. But when I got to play my way. Have to.
Mm-hmm. 93 till infinity through my 20s. Fuck the police till I'm 50, and probably fuck the police when I die. Honestly.
Well, thank you for not getting political.
Hey.
911 is a joke.
Tie my shoes till I die. All right.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's probably my 20s. I'm sick of tying shoes.
Okay, I got a better one for you, Kristian. Up to my 20s, slob on my knob. Then 93 till infinity. Fuck the police. How about that?
You're in a mood today. I like it.
I'm in a fucking mood today. It's your fault. Why were you barking? You don't bark.
I told you I didn't bark at anybody.
No, I was talking to Shuri. She's acting like a little brat today.
That's not my name.
Seth Bayless again. You have to cast Green Lantern, Batman, and Superman. Your actors to choose from are Shia LaBeouf, Carl Urban, and Zac Efron. Who do you put in each role?
Sorry, go ahead.
Side note, I think all of these 3 actors would make stellar choices for Wolverine. Thanks, friends.
Actor. So it's Superman, Green Lantern, and who's the third?
And Batman. And you got Shia, Carl Urban, and Zac Efron.
Well, I take Carl Urban as Carl Urban as Batman.
Zac Efron as Green Lantern.
Mm-hmm.
Shia LaBeouf as Superman. What's the third? Who's the third?
It would be Shia as Superman.
So
I would switch. I would give Zac Efron Superman and Shia Green Lantern. Yeah.
I'll give Shia
I think
Batman.
the sarcastic. If we're doing Hal Jordan, is Shia pulls that off more than.
I guess that's why I would put Shia as Batman.
Yeah, I'll put.
Yeah,
Shia as
I'm
Batman.
going Shia as Batman too.
I would go Carl as Superman and
Zac as
Green Lantern.
After seeing what he did as Dredd, you don't think he's the perfect Batman?
I
mean, it's not that he wouldn't. It's just that Superman is so stoic. The other two don't give me that vibe at all, and I feel like Carl could pull it off. You know,
I feel like Carl Urban would be a great Green Lantern because he feels like very military, like very straight laced, kind of like that Dr. Bones thing he has in Star Trek. You know what I mean? So I could see him being Green
Zac could be a good Superman too. Zac's got that like all American look.
That's why I went there. I think he's just like total. He can play total Boy Scout if he wanted to, and then. You have Shia do a little bit of edge with Hal Jordan,
Just
and
do
then
it!
kind of
Just do it!
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Imagine him as Superman. All right, what's next?
156 Impulse. Hi guys. For those who were not here yesterday, my mom got a new kidney on Saturday. I saw her yesterday at the hospital, and she was doing good. She's tired and needs rehab. Please play for my mom. This is a miracle. Hi Kristian. Hi Brett. Hi Kate. Hi RB3.
I love that. I'm glad she's doing okay, man. Thank you for letting us know. Really appreciate that. That's all.
And you put another one. And also, hi, Winston. Go swag.
Nice.
Nice.
Well, thank you for that, and thank you to everybody here too. We got about 20 minutes left. We are taking your questions right now. Streamlabs.com/theschmodown. If you want to put that schmobot in there, you can do it. Head on over to streamlabs.com/theschmodown. All right.
Alrighty. D-Train. So let me get this straight. Starting July 30th until August 27th, we have Inner Geekdom Final, 3 pay-per-view events, and 4 matches every week from the singles tournament. Kristian Harloff, you bow to no one.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we have right now because we wanted to make sure that we gave you guys. Well, there's 2 things that we needed to do. We need to make sure that you guys, because look, to be honest, when the $10 patron, when that tier was created, it was to make sure that you guys, whoever was signed up there, would get the exhibition match. Plus, you would get every live event that we would do, plus any throwdowns that we did. And then it was like, well, we don't have a lot of those right now. So when we decided, okay, well, let's make up for that and let's just do like 5 of them, like in the course of like 6 or 7 weeks, because now you have all of those plus these big tournaments because we needed to catch up with points and I mean, it's going to be, I mean, Swag and even like the Den and Corruption and Finstock Exchange are going in really looking to, they're going after each other's throats. They're going into it. And then you look at somebody like the Usual Suspects and like Quirky Mercs and the Dungeon. I mean, the Dungeon's in the shithole right now. And if Vinny Mancuso has a run, if Video Drew has a run, Zipper and this guy Galago, if they have runs, if I mean, not like Kate's runs yesterday, but like if they have like the actual, if they have like an actual run, they're not out of it. Mathematically, they are still in this thing. So it is anybody's game, and that's why the tournament is going to be so crazy. Plus, you get 4 of those per week. Then the pay-per-view on Friday. The after shows are the reaction channels are going to lose their minds, and Frank Janish is going to have a stat heart attack. All right, what's next?
Genitalia. If Ludwig Göransson doesn't win for music tomorrow, the Emmys is smoking dick.
Tomorrow? Is the Emmys tomorrow?
No, it didn't say tomorrow. He brought a new flavor to the franchise and that has the most iconic music in history, and in my opinion, the Mando theme is up there with the main theme.
Yams20 donated $20. Have you ever watched the movie Uncorked on Netflix? Good movie and shows different take on a black father and son relationship. Go swag.
No, I've never seen it.
Thank you, drip. But no, I haven't. I'll have to check that out.
It's a great movie. Great movie.
Nice. Cool.
Oh, Princess Penny. Right? Is it a Princess Penny's movie?
I would have loved and been equally as scared if the Schmobot would have been like, yes.
Yeah.
I was asking RB3 because I knew the Schmobot was already done, but that would have been terrifying.
I'm not sure.
50 Shades of Geek with the next 2. Kate, your Gotham PD joke yesterday made me laugh. I don't care what anybody else says.
Thank you.
So you got 2.
I see.
That was me
sorry.
and another person.
I see a question here from Alan David. Said, when is the Star Wars Championship match happening for patrons? It's the Spectacular. It'll be in December, and it's going to be on if you're a $10 patron, you will get the Spectacular. If not, you'll be able to buy the Spectacular. It's going to be an all virtual event that'll probably be over the course of like 5 hours or so, maybe even more. So that's going to happen in December. Pretty excited for it. All right. Yep. Next one.
50 Shades of Geek again. Just watched Chance vs. the Barbarian. That last question was crazy.
It was tough. It was really tough. And people were like, well, how come X-Men...
Yams20 donated $20. Yes.
What did it say?
Yes. Prentice Penny, he answered the question.
Thank you. There was a exhibition. So what the hell was I saying there? Shit, I got cut off.
Chance. It was the Chance.
Oh, Chance. Yes. So the thank you. The Days of Future Past was how come that can be accepted? Because the question was what 2006 movie also served as a prequel, midquel, and sequel, and there is no midquel for Days of Future Past when you're talking to Patrick Campbell on that. So I mean, it could have been challenged, but again, that was the other thing. Like,
I've never heard the term midquel.
I hadn't either until then. But I'll tell you,
what's a midquel?
Talk to PJ about it. The way he explains it is that it's this whole fucking thing. You gotta have this whole conversation with. But the point is, Winston, when you guys were, this is the thing that I've talked to you about, and the thing so afterwards, Barbarian was like, "Hey, that question." I'm like, dude, here's the thing. Is that if we would have, I don't know what the final result was, but I don't deal with the questions and all that stuff when it comes to wheel sizes and all that shit. When managers ask me, I said, ask PJ and fucking Ellis. I don't deal with that shit. But the other thing that they do is you cannot challenge after.
Donated $20. Hello, everyone. Hope y'all have been having a good day. I love SEN Best Channel on the YouTube. Hey, Brett.
Very nice, Steven. Appreciate it. Yeah, you can't challenge after the match, and you can't, and once the round's over, you can't challenge after the round.
Okay, so I mean that's fine. The one that came up recently was what against Demolanta. The problem was is that Mark was in the middle of talking, and you want me to just cut him the fuck off?
No, no. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking more about Barbarian here. Barbarian called me after the match. Like that. Yours was different. Yours, I think that had they, I still think you would have lost that challenge, but you should have at least gotten it in there a little early. I'm not talking about yours per se. I'm talking about Barbarian called me afterwards, and he wanted to, and you know, and he could have, and I think it's also Gucci should have called it as well. But it's like there was a couple of times it's like, well, that question, I have a problem with this question, that question. I'm like, well, you should have a problem with it during the match. You can't have a problem with it afterwards because there's nothing I can do about it afterwards. A couple different people have done that. It's like don't challenge the questions afterwards. Challenge the questions during it. But anyway, let's go to the next question.
Hitman Hudson, The Boys was screwed. I am shocked and appalled that it wasn't nominated for anything. Anthony Starr gave the best performance of the year as Homelander. Even my mother liked The Boys.
The Boys.
Yeah, it's the Amazon series.
Violent.
It's very violent. It's really good. Carl Urban, very good series. And I've only been through a couple of them and really liked what I saw.
Jive for Life donated $20. Nice. Can I get Arnold, an indignant white man, and Obama discussing the best shoe tying of their lives?
Oh, that's amazing. Okay.
Oh,
100%.
Can a show get Me Too'd? I'm guessing a show can get Me Too'd, right?
Yeah, they can.
Like the entire.
Yeah, but this is the difference though with that because, but you can spin it. You can spin it in a good way. Now a lot of people here. Hey, listen, both of you. I want to tell you something. A lot of people always say to me, "What is your favorite shoe tying?" And I'll tell you what. I've mentioned many times here before. Eating is not cheating. But when I like to do not cheating, I like to be the one who's tying shoes. And I have tied shoes of very, very many people, very wonderful people. And I will tell you, my favorite time was she was this woman, she's a lady, and she was the maid, but she was nice. And I said to her, "Would you like me to tie your shoes?" And she said, "Yes, please." And I said, okay. And it did. And they documented it, and they like it, and it's very fun. And I tell you about it again and again and again. So very nice.
I'm just going to be real. A president doesn't tie and tell. I will just say that everybody in that relationship, me and Michelle, everybody's shoes are tied. Nobody's tripping. That's all I'm saying.
That's a T-shirt.
Well, you know, when I I tie my shoes, I like a brand new pair of New Balances. Really nice new shoelaces. Occasionally when I have a little extra funds, I go with a Nike from the J.C. Penney's, but it's a rare occasion, really. It just all depends. It's all circumstantial,
That's fantastic. I tell you, I like what you did there because I was expecting one thing, you went the other way, and I said, "There's no way that he's never touched shoes." Come on,
no, for sure. And I gotta say, look, I respect you and your New Balances. I love my Jordans, but I'm getting a little older. New Balances, they got a nice little feel to them. They help with your arches. They really help with arches, if you catch what I mean.
Okay, now go to the next question. I have to take a shit.
So Adalberto, hey all, happy Tuesday. Sorry if this is a silly question, but I didn't see Best Animated Series as a category for the Emmy nominations. Do y'all know which shows got nominated? Hoping BoJack Horseman and Rick and Morty got a nom. Hey Brett.
They have a Best Animated Program, and they nominated Rick and Morty. They nominated BoJack Horseman. They also nominated an episode of The Simpsons, and an episode of Bob's Burgers, and an episode of Big Mouth. So they nominate individual episodes, not like the entire series. So.
I see. Okay. All right. What's
Schmobot. Accuser of the Brethren. Sterling K. Brown was nominated for playing a recurring character in both a drama series and a comedy series in the same year. Lead actor for This Is Us and supporting actor for Marvelous Miss Maisel. I don't know if that has ever happened before.
No, I don't know. I wouldn't.
He's really good.
I don't know enough about the history of it to say whether it's happened or not. But that's pretty awesome. Yeah, he's really good. Next.
Love him.
D-Train. Just like I said last year, The Mandalorian is the best thing to happen to Star Wars since the original trilogy. Can't believe it took them 36 years. It didn't.
Agreed. It did. All right, good.
It didn't. Okay. B. Arthur can get it. Whenever I was growing up over in Okinawa, there was a pizza place called American Pizza Man, and their entire pitch was that they didn't offer corn on their pizza, which is a very common Japanese pizza topping.
Can I tell you, I play this game. I play this game on the Switch where it's like you have to make pizza, but it's clearly a game that's been made it's like a Japanese company. It's like Baltoro Games, and it's like you have to basically the customer comes in and they order, and shrimp. You have to put shrimp on pizza.
Yeah, I've had that before.
This is not from America.
No, I've had shrimp on pizza, but like I said,
it's disgusting.
But I like CPK. It's like, but it's not the cheese and pizza, the cheese and sauce like you would. It's like there's a special type of sauce that they put on it that it goes with the shrimp. So when there's like a buttery kind of feel to it, it's like okay, that's just basically like if you're eating bread with this special sauce and it's got some cheese on it and it's actually pretty good. But come on with the pineapples.
With the barbecue.
With the pineapples.
With barbecue sauce instead of tomato sauce, it's barbecue sauce.
Barbecue chicken pizza at
with pineapple though.
At CPK is so good.
Like I said,
red onion.
When it comes like a little, like I said, that's how I prefaced it before. I said if it's like a gourmet pizza, like a little barbecue chicken slice, and it goes with the flavors of it. Yes, I'm talking about slopping down pineapple slices on cheese and tomato sauce. You should get arrested for that.
Disrespectful.
Should be arrested.
Better Call 'Em All. Pedro Pascal couldn't get nominated for voiceover for Mandalorian because he was submitted for lead actor in a drama series. Do you think he would have gotten nominated for voiceover if they had submitted him?
Probably not.
Nah.
I think he was great. I don't think anything he did was extraordinary or special.
Cody Allen. I remember in elementary school, fucking psychopaths put ketchup on their pizza.
I saw that. I knew a dude that put ketchup on everything. My guy literally put ketchup on ice cream.
Oh, no, fam.
That's a fetish.
Barbecue Bills. Hey guys, after watching The Mandalorian, it has me excited for season 2. For the new season, do you think they will stay with 30 to 40-minute episodes, or do you think that they will increase the episode length?
I think that you'll probably get 30 to...
Pac-Man Wayne donated $20. Shrimp on pizza, that's not America Pizza, USSA.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you, Pac-Man. That's the thing that I like about the show is that there's no set thing. It could be 40, could be an hour. I think that the finale will probably be close to an hour, but I think you're probably going to get in the range of like 40 to 45 per episode. I think it's a little more. Those shows are because you don't want to push the budget on it because it looks so good. It's probably expensive to go past it, but I would love for it to be an hour per episode, but I think they're probably going to stick to 40, 45.
Yeah. Dagan, hey crew. Me and a couple friends got together last night and watched a Blumhouse double feature of The Hunt and Whiplash. Polar opposites in terms of genre. What is a double feature of two very different movies you'd recommend? Hi, Brett.
Shit. Man, that's always...
Yams20 donated $20. Kristian, what is your end-all goal for Schmodown?
Well, that's a larger question of what I'll take right after we finish this one. But as for double feature goes, hard. That's so different. Like,
yeah, I would pick like an actor. So like Adam Driver. So there's that movie is him as a bus driver. That's a poet, Patterson. Sorry, Patterson. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would do like Patterson and then like a Rise of Skywalker or something.
Nightcrawler, and then Caddyshack.
I would say Inside Out and Mad Max Fury Road.
$20. Sup crew? Long time listener, first time donating. Just wanted to finally send in some love. Kristian, how much do you hate the Schmominati thing?
Not at all. Let's just say I wasn't part of it.
Clearly, yes.
No, not at all.
Deflated Brady. If you don't like pineapple on pizza, you can go tie your own shoes.
Oh, there we go.
Wait, RB3 was just about to say something.
Yeah, RB3, what's your double feature? You keep getting, like, you can't talk over anyone. Like, you're always muted.
Well, I know, like, they can hear me. You guys can't hear me. I just got to figure it out. But I would say Inside Out and Mad Max Fury Road. I saw those two on the same day. So,
nice.
Cool.
I like that.
Cool. Let's go. Come back to that question though. As far as end goal goes, I mean, I saw something where someone said that the show. I feel like the Schmodown had evolved too much from like season 3, and I was like, oh my god, if the show would have stayed the same way it was season 3, it would be so dull. And there was just so many different things. There's some good moments. It's like any other show. There's great moments that I love from it, but the show has evolved so much that it needs to keep evolving. I mean, to get it, I want to be able to obviously once we get live events going, we want to get the audience grown there. We want to get more people involved. We want to be able to do more shows. We want to not. I don't want to just. I want to be able to rely on just the Schmodown as a kind of what people are coming to this channel for. I realize that a lot of people, that there are some people that came here for like Schmoes No Reviews and Schmoes No Movie News. Times change, man, and like we still. That's what this show's about, like, having fun and still for our love of movies. But like the overall trying to do something different. Like you can find a million people talking movie news and doing movie reviews on YouTube. You can't find anybody doing what we do on Schmodown, and we want to give unique products. So we want to get the word out there. We want to market it more. We want to get more people involved. We want to do things like Jericho and Smith. So to evolve on it and do more and get it more mainstream and get people. You know, anytime someone says, "Well, no one will," you never get movie trivia mainstream. Well, tell that to esports. You know, tell that to the fucking spelling bee on ESPN, right? So I don't want to hear that shit. So all right, what's next?
Guys, we have 930 people watching, only 416 likes. Let's bump that up to at least 500 before the end of the show. We got 5 minutes left.
Shoes.
Yeah. Remember when? Remember in Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince when Ginny actually does tie Harry's shoes in possibly the most awkward romantic scene I've ever seen?
Does that happen in Harry Potter?
Tying. She
physically ties his shoes.
Oh, she really ties his shoes. All right. Okay, I see. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Awkward.
Tavishka Productions. My dad has had his shoes tied since I was born. Also, Ty My Chew was one of my favorite rappers in the late 90s. 39 cents at McDonald's, baby.
Tie My Shoe was pretty fucking hilarious.
There it is.
Mr. Anus, in primary school, we could get a diploma for tying our shoes. Thank you for finally, at 33, explaining to me why I never got it. I was doing it wrong.
There you go. Now you figured it out.
Pineapple Pizza Creator. Hook, line, and sinker. I stoked the passions of real pizza lovers and sugar addicts, combined them together into a sweet, sugary amalgamation of grossness. Sugar rules your brain and affects basic common sense. Hence, you don't know shit. Sugar, sauce, and cheese, ew.
Yeah.
Nikki Sachs. Giancarlo Esposito is a double nominee this year for playing Moff Gideon and Gustavo Fring, so I hope he wins his first Emmy. But Vince Gilligan was snubbed for best directing the Better Call Saul episode Bagman, which was on par with the best of Breaking Bad.
I gotta watch that show. I know I keep saying that, but I gotta watch it. All right, next.
Gavin Min, aloha everyone. Speaking of Keira Knightley, I recently watched The Duchess and enjoyed the story, so I went down a rabbit hole of British period pieces. What are your favorites in that genre that you would recommend for someone just getting into it?
Atonement.
Emma.
Yeah.
Atonement.
Yeah, Atonement's a good. I mean, there's a lot of good ones in that side of it too. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, there's some good. I feel like Keira Knightley is in all of them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's in more than just those three. I remember my wife was watching some period piece, and I looked and I remember laughing and going, "Well, I'm sure Keira Knightley's in this." And sure as shit, 3 seconds later, she pops up on the fucking screen. And it was I don't even know what the hell it was. I think there's a lot.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Maybe. Pac-Man Dwayne, what's he say?
Hey guys, can't give no more 20s. Lou Williams called me. We're going to the strip club, but if you can set up a comedy show with people now, who's your opener, middle act, and closer? My opener would be Dion Cole. Middle person would be Bill Burr. Closer, Dave Chappelle. Man, that's a hell of a show.
Shit, that's a good one. You know, I would actually open. If you want to open, I would open. I'll tell you why. After seeing his Netflix show, I would open with Adam Sandler. I would open with Adam Sandler singing the songs and getting everybody kind of like all in a cheery, kind of happy, fun, goofy mood. Then hit him with Burr, and then close with Chappelle. Yeah,
I would open myself just because I have no way of.
You're a narcissist.
I can definitely not middle or close here, but then I middle Dion Cole. I close with Chappelle.
Wow, I was just gonna have my own HBO special. So if you think Winston's full of himself.
Yeah,
I'd open with Brian Regan, and then it would go back and forth between Chappelle and Burr, who closed. I'm still not sure about
I'm opening with Eddie Murphy. I'm sorry, I'm opening with Eddie Griffin, man. Eddie Griffin, so you can go for
Eddie
3 hours.
Griffin.
Wait, hold on. You're opening with Eddie Griffin?
Yeah.
Can I tell you from personal experience? You'll be there for 6 months. Your middle and your opener will never get on stage. You're waiting for Eddie Griffin for 6 months because he does 7-hour sets. I told you guys that story at Comedy Store, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's so crazy that no one got him off stage.
Well, back then it was just like you did TV and you got carte blanche, but it was just like I never forget that I just got made a regular and I'm like I had this spot. I'm like I'm going up, and then my friend Skippy Simon was going down. He's walking down the block. He's like, hey, let's go to Miyagi's. I'm like I'm up next. He's like you're not up next. Eddie Griffin's up. I said but I'm up next. He's like dude, trust me. We closed down fucking Miyagi's. We were there for hours, and the motherfucker was still on stage when we got back.
Was there anybody left in the audience at that point?
Oh, he walked half the fucking room. The room is he did. It's crazy. It was nuts. I mean,
crazy.
come on. Yeah.
Tavishka Productions. What kind of shoes are being tied? Are they Nuki Airs, C Blocks, A-Sucks, or Adidas?
I like that. I like what you're doing there.
PLD. With all these upcoming matches, I think Kristian wants to be the death of the after shows. Tie my shoes. This is going to be fun. So, love y'all. Nicholas David Gallagher. I'm back. Having had time to recover from surgery and cope with my grandfather's death, I'm ready to return to some normalcy. Has anyone reached out to Bo and Aaron from Nerd Soup about competing in Schmodown? And Brett, have you watched the show Monster yet?
Monster? No. I did a little Avatar, did some BoJack. I'm getting to him. Monster's the one. Is that another anime? Is that a?
No idea. I haven't heard of Monster.
I don't know Monster.
There's too much TV. House Heisenberg. No spoilers, but the Dagnino match, Dagnino and Kaiser match, had one of the funniest and most boneheaded flubs in Schmodown history. Couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah, it was. It's a shit show, but it's exactly what it's supposed to be. It's an absolute shit.
Garrett A.M. Lee. So a midquel is a movie that shows events within the same time period as previous movies. Like there's a movie with people tying each other's shoes in an alley. Then they make a movie with a dude watching that couple from his window and tying his shoes.
I see.
So Endgame would be a midquel because it like cuts back to the Avengers. Okay.
Yes. All right, that makes sense.
Spike Spiegel. Ludwig Göransson was nominated for an Emmy for his music on The Mandalorian. If he wins, he will just need a Tony to complete his EGOT. Since he won an Oscar for Black Panther and Grammys for his work with Gambino. Wow,
man, he's fucking super talented. He really is. I love that guy.
All right, heading over to Super Chat real quick before we get out of here.
Still got one more. Gavin Min over on Streamlabs. So just want to say thank you. I'll read it out. Just wanted to say thank you to everyone involved with SEN and Schmodown for being a light during these times. Exhibition match was great. My mom walked by and asked, "Is that guy going to sit like that the whole time?" Have a great day. Yeah, because freaking Dagnino was sitting on the couch like Burt Reynolds. All right, next. All right, let's close out with Super Chat.
Okay, James Diesel. Coy didn't get the nom, but we'll get him next year. Galen Shumway. Kate, check
What
out.
does that mean? What does Coy didn't get the nom, but we'll get him next year?
Oh, he for his comic book shopping.
Oh,
before
right.
Internet short series.
That sucks. Okay.
Yeah, like Dan tweeted out some stuff about it that I thought that was good.
Okay.
Galen Shumway. Kate, check out Corner Boys on HBO. Same director, writer, most of the same actors, exact same setting in Baltimore. It is a semi-prequel to The Wire.
Really? I didn't know that.
Okay.
It's David Simon. I don't know if people know this, but David Simon was a Baltimore police officer.
Oh, there you go. I didn't know that. Okay.
Chance's Cobra Commanders. Roxy said she is better than Bobby Gucci at giving pep talks in a match, but during KO versus Damon, she said Jigglypuff for 40 seconds. Did she let Mike get in her head?
Maybe. There was definitely a lot of emotion going on with that match. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, some people thought that for sure, but it was, and you know, she wanted to beat Mike pretty bad. That was a big match, but she's done a pretty great job with Damon, and I think she's doing a really good job with Jericho right now. So
yeah. Joey Gonzalez. Only got Vans because my wife never ties my shoes.
Sad.
I
never understand people getting married if their wife didn't tie shoes. I don't know.
Same.
Christian, do you remember my joke?
Yes.
That I used to do all the time. I would say I feel like I always hear guys saying like, I've got a girlfriend, or as I like to call her, the end of blowjobs. And I said, let me tell you something. If you get even one blowjob in an entire year, that is an amazing statistic. If you consider the fact that your dick tastes like a dick. You're not going to get anything with a dick tasting dick.
Good point. Good point.
Do you remember this?
Yes.
And then that was the when the Wayans brothers guys came. That was the one that they brought me in for a meeting with the guy he worked with Silver. Anyway, but that was Damon Wayans. That was the joke that he liked. It's like I told him dick tasting dick.
Gambino?
No, it was the guy Mike something or other. Anyway,
King Spunkus was wondering if you comment on this list of my favorite directors in order: Tarantino, Ridley Scott, Coogler, Villeneuve, and Patty Jenkins.
Perfect order.
Those top three. What was the first one?
Tarantino, Ridley Scott, Coogler, Villeneuve, and Patty.
Oh shit.
Hold on.
Tarantino go first.
Tarantino,
Coogler,
Ridley Scott, Coogler, and then what are the last two?
Patty Jenkins, and who else?
Jenkins and him.
Villeneuve, Coogler.
Yeah, see, I would go Villeneuve up even higher than that.
I will go.
I put Ridley Scott, and I actually put right now. I don't know because Ridley Scott ain't really doing much.
Right now, I put Villeneuve as number one.
Yeah.
What is Villeneuve famous for? Sorry.
Arrival, Blade Runner 2049, Sicario, Prisoners.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I go Coogler, Villeneuve, Tarantino, Jenkins, Ridley.
I don't know. I think you guys are massively underselling Ridley Scott. If you're talking like all-time filmography,
no. See, now
I thought it was current.
I'm going current because I don't disagree with you all time, but current. You can't deny that he's been off his game the last couple 4 or 5 movies.
I thought the question was current. That's why.
Yeah, I'm going current. I wouldn't. I think Villeneuve. If you put current, I love Ryan Coogler, but I think as far as overall filmmaking, I think you got to put Villeneuve first.
Yeah, if it's current, then Villeneuve number one. Then probably I'll put Tarantino. No, I'll probably put Ryan Coogler, then Tarantino.
I would put I put Villeneuve first, Tarantino, then Coogler. I think Patty Jenkins has she's only right now she got Monster and Wonder Woman. She's a great filmmaker, but she's got a lot more to do for sure.
Yeah, I feel like if a normal year with 84, we could judge that as well.
So, all right, let's close up.
Mr. Vaju, my first super chat. Winston, you're the man. Brett, you're hilarious. Kate, you're awesome. Ray Seahorn from Better Call Saul not getting nominated is ridiculous. That's been the main thing in the chat. People love that Better Call Saul. Dia Al-Shore, sorry if I pronounced that wrong. If KO wins the IG title for the 3rd time, where would he rank all time?
As far as overall players, as far as IG, I mean IG probably hard to say not number 1 because he would have yet another title and no one's ever done that to win. I mean he's the only person to ever win the IG title twice anyway. So as far as all time. I mean, it depends also what he does in teams. He's up there. I mean, I think it's sneaky how good he is, and we'll see what he does in singles.
Also, it's sneaky how good his promos are. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, his promos are
great. Adam Witt, Eagle River.
Oh, the great Adam Witt. What's he asking about? What's he asking?
I'm guessing it was about your Hot Shots reference.
Yeah.
Let's get ready to talk Schmodown. There's so much Schmodown. We had to get a new host. and then heading back over.
Oh yes, they brought in a new host that I believe starts soon. Friday. Okay, good. So looking forward to that also. That's everything, right?
That's everything. And just a real quick shout out to Alex Marzonia. It's his birthday today, and he's doing a special birthday stream tonight at 9 o'clock. Give a shout out to my boy. Happy birthday, brother.
I love that. And reminder to you guys, so coming up here at 12:30, you got John Roca and Ben Bateman and RB3 and Ben Goddard all doing backstage. 12:30 going to be a big show. You got Irwin and Roca going to be on the show. They'll also be talking to some other peeps about this week's matches. A big corruption final happening. Don't forget that. Join the Patreon today, patreon.com/schmodown, and sign up for that $10 tier so you don't miss any of these matches. Don't know when they're going up on YouTube, so you don't want to miss that, and you don't want to be spoiled. It is worth it. Get the $10 tier. All right, guys. So check it out. We'll see you tomorrow. And don't forget about the preview special also with Jen and Brad coming up today. Premiere. All right, everybody. Thank you to everybody who joined today. Peace out.